A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal, invites you to rocket into the future with Tom Corbett. Space Cadet.
-5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
As roaring rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars, we take you to the age of the conquest of space with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. For the cadets at Space Academy, the most exciting phase of training begins on a huge field, scarred and pitted by the blasts of raw power needed to break Earth's mighty clutch of gravity and set men free to rocket toward distant planets. For this is the Academy's spaceport, takeoff point for duty, adventure, and danger. Today, the entire Academy fleet of spaceships is out on the field ready to blast off on a mysterious mission. On the control deck of the rocket cruiser Polaris, cadet pilot Tom Corbett, Roger Manning, and Astro await Commander Arkwright's orders.
Attention! Attention, all cadet units!
Hey, listen, there's Commander Arkwright on the teleceiver.
Well, it's about time.
Hear this. Doubtless you've all been wondering why you've received no advance orders on today's mission. The reason is simple. As officers of the Solar Guard, you will often have to go into action without advance notice. For instance, when you are sent to track down and subdue an outlaw or enemy ship, as you want to do now.
Hey, hear that, fellas?
I suppose we're really going after an outlaw? Of course not, you Venusian
Your
clump.
mission will not be a real one, of course. The supposed criminal ship will actually be the Solar Guard cruiser Arcturus, piloted by Captain Strong.
Lucky guy.
So that's why the skipper hasn't shown up.
What happens to us now? Do we just sit here?
As you all know, Captain Strong is in charge of the Polaris unit, and obviously cannot be aboard the Polaris now since he's been gone for several hours. It has been decided that the Academy's training program will be greatly aided by making this entirely a cadet operation. Therefore, on this mission, each cadet unit will be in charge of its own ship.
Oh, brother, listen to that.
Sounds good.
Instead of taking orders from Captain Strong, we'll be chasing.
I'll bet he leads us a real chase.
So here are your instructions for training maneuver 32, or as Captain Strong calls it, Operation Hide and Seek.
Hide and seek.
The outlaw was reported entering Earth's orbit at point A25 in Sector 12. This report from Terra Station. Moon observers have spotted the ship leaving our orbit at point M47, Sector 89.
Got that, Roger?
Naturally, Junior,
All
naturally.
ships are to proceed to the last point of observation and pick up Captain Strong's trail, which may lead anywhere in the solar system. Then track him down and engage him in mock battle. Of course, you are not expected to defeat such an expert pilot.
Think you can lick him, Tom?
Top space ace like the captain? Not yet.
But you will be graded on your battle tactics, as revealed by photographic recorders, and also on the knowledge and intelligence you bring to your track. Not just on how soon you find the Arcturus, since that may depend partly on luck.
Not when I'm doing the plotting.
Okay, Hotshot. Just see that you produce results.
One more thing. As I said, there is a strong possibility of danger, and you must be prepared to face it. You know that ships have been vanishing from the space lanes recently. One of them, the Academy cruiser Pollux, which disappeared 3 months ago on a routine flight. So keep your eyes peeled for trouble. Now, take your stations and prepare to blast off.
Let's go, Roger. Astro.
Okay.
And spaceman's luck to all of you.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Fellas and girls, let me take you for a tour around the mess hall here at Space Academy. Well, it's breakfast time now, and all the cadets are down here eating. Up front there, you can see the main table. That's reserved for the officers. There's Commander Arkwright, one of his aides now. You know, Commander Arkwright sets a good example for the cadets at breakfast time. Right now, he's helping himself to a big bowl full of Kellogg's Pep. Oh, and there's Tom Corbett. Let's say hello.
Hi there. I heard what you said about Commander Arkwright eating Kellogg's Pep. Well, that's no surprise. I'm eating Pep, too. And if you look around, you'll see just about all the cadets eating Pep. We've got a tough day ahead, and we have to keep in shape. That's why it's Kellogg's Pep for breakfast. Kellogg's Pep helps us stay on the ball in gym and in the classroom, too. Everybody knows you can't make a good showing if you don't start your day with a hearty breakfast. That's why smart spacemen start their day with Kellogg's Pep.
That's right, Tom. You spacemen listening, take a tip from Tom Corbett. Start your day the spaceman's way. Ask Mom to serve up a man-sized helping of the better-than-ever build-up wheat cereal, Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
As the rocket cruiser Polaris hurtles away from Earth, Tom, Roger, and Astro are at their stations, ready to track down the Arcturus, commanded by Captain Strong, lurking somewhere in the depths of space. Now, as the powerful atomic drive speeds the Polaris out of Earth's atmosphere, Tom checks his unit mates.
Control to power deck. Check in, Astro.
Morning, Guy.
How's everything down there?
Ship shape, Tom. The rockets are purring like kittens.
Great. Check you later. End transmission. Control deck to radar bridge. Check in.
Radar bridge, Guy.
Any astrogation data ready yet, Roger?
Long ago, sonny boy. Long ago.
Sorry, big shot. I should have known. Okay, let's have the correction for deviation from course.
Coming up. Starboard 24 degrees, 17 minutes, up 3 degrees.
Starboard 20... What?
You heard me, space boy. Starboard 24 degrees, 17 minutes.
24? Hey, what goes here? You call yourself an astrogator, Roger? Do you know that your figures would take us inside Mars' orbit instead of the spot where the Arcturus was last seen?
Sure, I know it.
You know it? Well, what are you trying to do, knock us out of this operation?
Hey, what's going on here?
I'm glad you came up, Astro. Our genius on the radar bridge is taking us way off course.
What?
Just simmer down, kiddies, and listen to Uncle Roger.
Okay, let's have it. Fast.
Listen, Commander Arkwright gave us 2 points where the Arcturus had been seen, not just the last one. So I plotted its course and then extended it by extrapolation.
Extra what?
Now, don't let it throw you, bird brain. It just means using known facts to reach a logical mathematical conclusion.
You, logical?
Sure. Why, even if the Arcturus went into an evasion curve, we'd pick up the trail hours before the others.
He could be right, Astro.
But Commander Arkwright said proceed to the last point, and he also said it wasn't enough just to be fast.
Exactly. He said we should prove our knowledge and intelligence, and that's just what I'm doing.
Okay, genius. But look, suppose those first figures were just stuck in to make it sound like an actual mission. Then where would you be?
Nowhere. But would a guy like the commander just stick in a set of figures? He'd make sure they were real ones.
Yeah, he probably would.
Well, come on, let's go.
Hold your jets. Astro, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. It sounds good, but I'm never sure about Roger's shortcuts. I'll leave it up to you.
Well, right now, I don't know either. I'd sure like to have the Polaris come in first and best. But I'd hate to have her last and worst.
Well, come on, Junior. Make up your mind.
All right, Roger. We'll do it your way.
Attaboy.
But believe me, brother, you'd better be right. Control deck to radar bridge. Control deck to radar bridge. Roger, check in, will you?
Blast it, Tom. Stop bothering me. I have to watch the sniffer for radiation traces.
Well, Astro and I have been waiting down here for an hour. Isn't there any sign of the Arcturus' trail yet?
No, I'll let you know when there is.
Yeah, if there is.
There will be. Hey, great Jupiter. We just entered the probability area. Just keep your gyro steady, fellas. I'll call you in transmission.
Huh. Keep our gyros steady, with our Academy ratings depending on his judgment.
Yeah, if he's followed us up, our names will be mud around the Academy.
You're so right, pal. Well, we might as well stay out with the rest of the space junk if anything happens.
Radar bridge control deck. Port 1 degree. Keep her level.
Right. Okay, Roger, on course. Have you got something?
Yeah, on the trail. Hold the ship steady as she goes.
Hey, nice going, Roger.
Think nothing of it, Astro. It's just a little old miracle.
Are you sure you're not just picking up cosmic radiation, Miracle Man?
Now, look, Corbett, I know the difference between random rays and a spaceship pattern. This is the Arcturus track. I'll bet my last cent on it.
Okay. I'm holding steady on your course.
That's it. Stick with Uncle Roger and his little sniffer, and you'll wear medals.
Yeah, if we don't wear out first.
Hey, genius.
You mean me, I suppose.
No one else. Where did you get that name, Sniffer?
Well, that's what it does, doesn't it? Or am I supposed to call it Radiation Detector Analyzer Mark III all the time?
Yeah, it's a cinch you wouldn't, Roger.
Cut the chatter, you two. Roger, keep your eyes on that sniffer.
It'd better if he kept his nose at it.
Blow your jets, both of you. I got work to do.
Hey, I didn't make the hotshot mad, did I, Tom?
Oh, forget it. He's got a low boiling point anyway.
And not that I'd say it to his face, but he's a real top-drawer astrogator.
Yeah, that chance we took really paid off.
Radar bridge control deck. Check in quick.
Oh, that sounds like trouble.
Control that guy. What's wrong, Roger? You didn't lose the trail, did you?
No, I didn't lose a trail. I found one. Another one.
You mean there are two trails?
Exactly, Junior. They run along together for a while, then go off in different directions. And I don't know which one to follow.
Radar bridge eye.
Getting anywhere figuring out which of those two trails is the one we want?
Not yet, blast it. They're too similar.
Hey, Roger.
You in again, Astro? What?
Maybe one of the trails was made by a commercial spaceship.
No, I thought so at first, but the radiation patterns didn't pan out. Both these patterns were made by rocket cruisers. They're practically identical.
Can you check on which is the freshest trail, Roger?
Sure, by a diffusion comparison, but I think I can guess which is the right one without that.
Well, you better not guess, Roger. You better take time to check.
Look, I am sure. The last trail must be the one that deviates most from the original course. Come on, 6 degrees starboard, 1 down, and we're in.
That's mighty thin reasoning, Roger.
Listen, Tom, wasn't I right the last time? Didn't I get us this far? Well, don't I get a chance to...
All right. Don't cry all over the equipment. You win. I'm setting up the new course. Okay with you, Astro? Well, I suppose so, but I don't like it much. Neither do I, but I guess it's another chance we have to take, so full space speed and hope for the best. Hey, Tom, we're right on course, and the sniffer says the other ship is too. No deviation. Now, will you admit I was right?
Looks like it. Still, we may have more problems soon.
Yeah, what?
Well, we're moving in the general direction of Saturn, and you may have heard that Saturn has a moon.
9 moons, Professor.
I was thinking of the big one with the Solar Alliance colony.
Good old Titan. Remember the last time we landed there, that colonist's daughter?
Yeah, I remember. The Titan's been producing uranium as well as pretty girls. So freighters transporting the uranium back to Earth have all been using the space lane. And I think the Arcturus is heading for that lane.
Oh, you figure the Arcturus will make a run on the lane, work its radiation trail with the others, and then blast out again, huh?
That's the way it figures to me.
Shows how wrong you can figure sometimes, Junior. The sniffer could pick out a cruiser pattern from 1,000,000 made by traders.
I hope you can prove that, Hotshot.
Don't worry, I will. Say, maybe I won't have to.
What do you mean?
I'm getting something on my scanner. It's a spaceship down dead ahead.
A ship on this course? Why, that couldn't be a freighter.
It must be the Arcturus. We found it.
Hey, Astro, did you hear that?
I sure did. Nice work, Roger. It's something funny, though.
Don't tell me you're not sure.
No, I'm sure than ever. The ship's making a good-sized blip on the screen now.
Already?
That's just it. The Arcturus should be burning up space, and instead she's just floating along, hardly moving. Great galaxy, suppose it's not the Arcturus. It must be. I guess Captain Strong's just tired of playing hide and seek.
All right, fellas, if it is the Arcturus, then she's a sitting duck. We can blast in on them before they can maneuver. Maybe before they know we're around. And we ought to get in some good shots, even if they are just on film.
Hey, maybe we can even win this dogfight. Oh, brother, if we could, wouldn't that make us hot stuff around the Academy?
It sure would. Okay, Roger. Keep your eyes on that screen. Astro, see if you can squeeze another couple of neutrons out of your rockets. Prepare to attack!
Radar to control.
Control eye.
Either just a touch to starboard, Tom, about 1 point. That's got it. Now, keep watching your viewport. You too, Astro. The spaceship will be in sight in a second. Let's hope you got the right one, Roger.
Oh, it has to be, Astro. If we're wrong...
You're not wrong. Look. There it is.
It's a Solar Guard cruiser, all right, Astro.
It must be the Arcturus. Fellas, we're in.
Almost. We still have a scrap on our hands, though. Okay, Roger, I'll handle the course visually now. You get on your gun control.
Right.
Stand by for changes in speed and course, Astro.
Aye, aye.
Remember, our guns contain telecams, not warheads, so there won't be any noise, only a little clicking sound.
Okay, let's start shooting.
We're not within range yet.
So what? We won't be wasting ammunition, just microphone.
We'll do it right anyway.
That's the way, Tom. The recorders will show it, too.
All right, coming into range. Ready, Roger? Ready? Fire forward battery.
Aye. Forward battery firing.
And right on the target. Okay, I'm starting to ease to port. Stand by to fire starboard battery. Forward battery, cease fire.
Cease fire, aye.
Fire starboard 1. Starboard 2.
Starboard battery's firing.
Keep them hot, Roger.
Hey, the Arcturus is waking up. They've seen us. Captain Strong's maneuvering to return fire.
Let him. Our pictures will show we got him first. But I'll try to out-jockey him anyway. Contact Captain Strong. Tell him to lay off.
That's what I'm trying to do. Hey, he's going to full salvo.
Oh, brother, we'll never be able to duck all of them. Astro, hit the starboard steering jets.
Too late. Brace yourselves, guys. We're going to be clobbered.
Astro, check in.
Lower deck. Aye.
Astro, what's the matter with you?
Nothing, Tom. I'm okay.
Then give me more power.
I can't. Main drive. Damaged. I can't.
Astro, check in.
Sounds like he's hurt, Tom.
Blast it. Can't you raise the Arcturus, Roger?
Not now. My transmitter shorted and the outside antenna is clear.
Oh, great. And look at the Arcturus. It's circling around. It's going to attack. And unless we can do something to stop it, we'll be blasted into meteor dust.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Hey, everybody, gather around and hear all about the swell prize you get free at no extra cost in every package of Kellogg's Pep. It's a magic moving picture eye. Know what that is? Well, let me tell you. The magic eye is a gleaming plastic disc with a picture mounted in the middle. Now, suppose your magic eye shows you funny man Bob Hope of Paramount Pictures standing there with a baseball bat in his hand. You just tip the magic eye back and forth in your hand, and Bob Hope starts swinging that bat, all ready to swat the ball. You say it's magic, all right, and so will all your friends. And you can get other magic moving picture eyes, too. Next one might have a train on it. You tilt the magic eye, and... boy, the train starts smoking right down the track. How about that, Cadet Tom Corbett?
And say that's not all, Spaceman. You can get a complete set of 16 different magic eyes. You don't have to mail anything in. No box tops, no waiting. Just blast off on a cruise down to the grocery store and get a package of Kellogg's Pep.
Remember, there's a magic eye waiting for you right now, free at no extra cost in every package of the build-up wheat cereal, Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
Driving forward in a mock attack on the cruiser, they trailed through space. Tom, Roger, and Astro were jubilant about their success until the other ship suddenly opened fire with real and deadly atomic warheads. Now, with the Polaris damaged, Astro unconscious, and their communications knocked out, Operation Hide and Seek is no longer a game, but a desperate struggle for survival.
Roger, that isn't Strong's ship. It's the Pollux. The Academy ship that disappeared 3 months ago.
What?
Sure, it must have been stolen, and the crew kidnapped or killed. It all ties in. Commercial ships missing lately. This one loafing around a space lane.
But who has the nerve to take over an Academy cruiser?
I'm trying to tell you. Space pirates.
Great gamma ghosts. They're out to get rid of us before we can report.
Yes, they've got a darn good chance of succeeding, too.
Those dirty space rats. But what can we do?
Just one thing, I'm afraid. Run for it. Try to make the outer moons of Saturn.
We can't land on those hunks of rock. They'd nail us like shooting fish in a barrel.
We won't land. Just use the moons to dodge the pirates' viewers and radar for a while, until you get that transmitter working.
Then what?
Then I don't know. I'm not even sure we can make the moons. But it's the only chance we have, so full evasion course. Let's go!
Okay, Tom. The radio's putting out a weak signal. Now what?
Now I want you to call Titan.
Titan? What's the matter with you? You'd be giving our position away.
Now, wait a minute. I'm going to be Titan.
You?
Listen, make your call full emergency. Then switch off. Change the circuit a little so it will sound different. Switch on again, and I'll answer from here.
What are you going to...
Will you stop asking questions? Just do as I say. Make that call.
Okay. Here goes. Space Academy cruiser Polaris calling Titan Solar Guard Station. Polaris to Titan, emergency call. Over. Hold it. Now, Tom.
Titan Station to Polaris. All units being alerted for an emergency call. Go ahead, Polaris. Over. Okay, Roger. Make it sound good.
We are under attack by space pirates and stolen Academy ship Pollux. Earlier attack temporarily knocked out our radio, now repaired. We are in full evasion course around outer moons. Can you send help? Over.
Message received. Help on its way. 3 Solar Guard ships about to blast off. We'll knock those pirates right out of space. Meanwhile, maintain radio silence. Over.
Thanks, Titan. We'll be waiting. In transmission.
Well, that's it. Now we hope for the best.
Yeah, but maybe those space rats didn't even hear the message.
Maybe not. So we'd better keep dodging.
Hey, the bullets just showed up on my scanner.
Well, that means they can spot us, too. Stand by for another sharp turn.
Well, then, why strain the Polaris when we don't have to?
Don't have to.
The pirates have 9-10 minutes away from here.
And he did hear us. We're off the spot.
Now what?
Now we head for Titan and report.
Yeah, but by the time we alert the Solar Guard, it'll be in the clear. Tell them we'll not follow them.
We can't, Roger. Not in the shape we're in.
Look, I know it's asking for trouble, but they won't be expecting us to follow them.
Sorry, Roger. I'd be willing to take the chance, but you're forgetting Astro. He's still unconscious. We've got to get him to a doctor.
Oh, yeah, but Tom, he'll be all right. He's tough. And anyway, you said he wasn't badly hurt.
I said I didn't think so. I'm not a medic. I'm not sure.
But you know he'd want us to.
Probably, but he's in no condition to say so. And we can't gamble with his life.
He's not that bad. You're just scared.
Not at all. I just stop to think sometimes. Now, let's have the course for Titan.
But Tom, Okay, I'll figure the course.
And no tricks, Hotshot. Our next stop is Titan. As far as we're concerned, this is the end of Operation Hide and Seek.
Don't miss the next action-packed episode with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, when the crew of the crippled Polaris encounters the pirate ship again. And there is a battle to the death in Part 2 of Operation Hide and Seek. Tune in, same time, same station, for the next thrilling interplanetary adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet.
Brought to you by Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal.
Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, starring Frankie Thomas, can also be seen on television and appears in the comic sections of many of America's leading newspapers. Look for it daily and in weekend editions. Featured in the cast were Al Markham, Jan Merlin, and Carter Blake. Today's program was written by Don Hughes and directed by Drex Hines. Jackson Beck speaking.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret. Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
And what a secret. In Kellogg's Raisin Bran, the tasty raisins are dipped in honeycomb. That means plumper, more tender raisins, along with delicious golden crisp bran flakes. Both fruit and cereal all in one box. And no other raisin bran but Kellogg's gives you the tender goodness of raisins dipped in honeycomb. That's Kellogg's secret. So, for your breakfast, make sure you get Kellogg's, because
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal, invite you to rocket into the future with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet.
Stand by to raise ship. Blast off -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
As roaring rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars, we take you to the age of the conquest of space with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. A sliver of light on the eastern horizon throws a soft glow on the long, sleek shape of the rocket patrol cruiser Polaris as it stands at its launching berth on the Space Academy ground. Inside the gleaming spaceship, the 3 cadet members of its crew, Tom Corbett, Roger Manning, and Astro, are going through the routine of a pre-blastoff check.
This is dial 4 amperage check, Astro.
Check, Tom. As I was saying,
Hold it, Manning. Something's coming through the news facsimile receiver.
it's just a news bulletin.
Listen to this. Central government hints at new clues in the mysterious disappearance of special cargo ship.
New clues. Space gas.
Now look, Roger.
Oh, don't mind, Roger. Tom, go ahead.
It has been less than a week since the space freighter Elsie Joe disappeared near the sun, loaded with an invaluable cargo of nearly pure vanadium. Already large quantities of the precious alloy have appeared in the black market on Earth.
Is that what they call a new clue? I could have told
Hold
you.
it a minute. Sources close to the central government now believe that the cargo freighter was hijacked, and an immediate investigation will be launched to establish the identity of the hijackers.
Now, I ask you, what kind of double talk is that? You've read the whole bulletin, we still don't know any more than when you started.
Nobody expects you to know anything, Bubblehead.
I wonder if they really have any leads.
I can answer that for you, gentlemen.
Captain Strong.
Righties, men. I see you've been reading the facsimile bulletin.
Yes, sir. They claim there's some fresh evidence on that hijacking job.
Yeah, there is. I just came from a briefing in Commander Arkwright's office where we were told that a small, privately owned rocket ship has been reported ferrying the vanadium in from a hiding place somewhere near the sun.
Well, sir, are they sure it's the same vanadium that was on the freighter?
Well, it has to be, Tom. They've checked the vanadium mining operation on Io, and the only quantity of the stuff that's unaccounted for is the load that disappeared under our noses.
I still don't see how they pulled off that job.
It's pretty clear to me. Captain Lamar was in with those hijackers. That's why he picked that crazy course and took a ship so close to the sun.
Very good, Manning. That's the way Central Intelligence figures it. Of course, we'll never know for sure unless we catch them.
Well, what are our orders, sir? Is the Polaris going to try to track down that private ship?
Right, Tom. Have you men completed your checkup?
Yes, sir.
Good. Then prepare to blast off. We'll raise ship in 10 minutes. Bridge control deck. What have you got, Manning?
Spaceship, sir. Third quadrant. Position 2150.
Solar guard or merchant?
Neither, sir. It looks like the one we're after.
Well, patch it down here. I want to see the scanner.
Aye, sir. You've got it.
Here, sir. It's in focus now.
Yes. That's our baby, all right. Call them, Tom. Tell them to prepare for boarders.
Yes, sir. Polaris calling. Identify yourself and stand by for a boarding party. Spacecraft in position 2150. Identify yourself and stand by for an inspection party. Oh, they're not answering, sir.
Manning, alter course to intercept them.
Aye, sir.
Control deck to power deck. Stand by, Astro. We may need auxiliary power for maneuvering.
Standing by, sir.
Captain Strong, they're making a lateral sweep and firing auxiliary rockets.
Astro, give me full space speed. Manning, keep the fix on them. We can overtake them.
Oh, no, sir, we can't. They're pulling away.
Why, it's impossible. We're at top speed.
Just the same, sir, they're getting away. She's too fast for us. We can't overhaul her.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Spaceman, suppose you were blasting off on a long trip to the outer planets. Well, you'd be mighty sure to check your ship over thoroughly. You'd make sure you had enough rocket fuel to get you there and back again. And you'd check your supplies, too, to make sure that you have the right kind of food on board to help keep you strong and healthy. Now listen to what Tom Corbett says about that.
Before each trip, our food locker on the Polaris is well stocked with Kellogg's Pep, spaceman. And you can bet it's just about empty by the time we get back. Kellogg's Pep helps to keep the whole crew supplied with the vitamins and food values everybody needs to build up strength and to keep up strength. So if you want to stay in trim, the way the Space Cadets do, take a tip from me. Start your day the spaceman's way with a heaping bowl full of Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal.
And, Spaceman, wait till you taste the malty, rich wheat flavor of Kellogg's Pep. Why, you say the best-tasting cereal in the whole wide universe is Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
While on patrol duty in space, the rocket cruiser Polaris attempts to intercept an unidentified spaceship suspected of ferrying vanadium that has been hijacked from a government freighter. But to the utter surprise and chagrin of the Polaris crew, the renegade craft easily outdistances them and disappears.
It's no use, Captain Strong. She's so fast we can't even get a fix on her anymore.
It's incredible. I never saw anything like the way that ship pulled away from us.
It was those auxiliary rockets she carries that did it. That must be the fastest spaceship in the universe.
You're not just blowing your jets, Roger. That ship can really move.
Tom, get out a general CQ to all patrol ships. Tell them to be on the lookout for that craft.
Aye, sir. Polaris to all patrol ships. Polaris to all patrol ships. Watch for unidentified spaceship, believed to be the vanadium hijackers, moving at extremely high speed. Course undetermined.
If any patrol ship does spot her, Captain Strong, how are they going to overhaul her?
I don't know, Astro, but we'll have to find a way.
Well, if we could isolate that ship in some single quadrant, Captain, one of our craft might be able to shoot her down.
That's what I had in mind, Roger.
Rocket Signal Orion, calling the Polaris.
Here comes something, Captain. We read you, Orion. Go ahead.
I just spotted the unidentified craft. Coordinates 61, 45, 67 by 43, 44, 22.
Check those coordinates, Roger.
Yes, sir.
You were right about her speed. Our attempt to overhaul her failed. She refused to answer our ID request and we lost touch. We're going to maintain the search.
Thanks, Orion. Keep us posted. Spaceman's luck. End transmission.
Sir, with their report and ours, I think I've got a fix on her course.
Well, where's she headed, Manning?
At the moment, sir, right toward the sun.
All right, men. Prepare to alter course. We're going to follow her in as far as she goes.
Mr. Wald, I presume you heard that conversation between the solar guard ships.
Yes, and I don't like it, Lamar. 2 ships reporting our position gives them a fix on our course.
Shall we alter it and head for outer space?
No, we won't be caught if we don't lose our heads. How far are we from our base now?
At this speed, some 7 hours or so.
All right, hold the course. We'll go there and hole up until it's safe to freight more of that vanadium back to Earth.
But what if they track us to our base?
The chances are pretty slim that they can do that, Lamar.
But if they do?
That will be too bad for them. Because if they do, they'll never live to report it.
Polaris. Nothing further to report. All patrol ships alerted. End transmission.
Well, Captain Strong, that's that. Nothing to report. It looks like a clean getaway for those hijackers.
I wonder, Tom. Say, Astro, let's see that space chart again.
Here you are, sir.
Now, according to the fix we had on that ship, it was headed toward the sun, right, Manning?
Yes, sir. Not far from where the cargo ship was hijacked. You'd almost think they had their base on the sun.
That's impossible.
Look, Bubblehead, you don't have to tell me that.
Look here on the chart, fellas. At the present time, the sun lies directly between us and only one other planet.
Mercury.
Right, Tom. And since the LC Joe was hijacked very close to the sun, wouldn't it seem logical that the hijacker's base would be relatively close by?
Well, that makes sense to me.
Sure. Now, it looks to me as if we scared them, so they put on full speed and headed for their base, which is probably near here someplace.
Sounds right. And if true, they shouldn't be too hard to find.
Well, how can you say that, Captain? Mercury has a diameter of over 3,000 miles.
Yes, but they couldn't hide their base on the sunlit side of Mercury. The heat of the sun would be too much. Also, they would be detected too easily.
Well, they'd hardly set up a secret base in the twilight zone. That's the only place on the planet where there are any colonies.
Exactly, Astro, which leaves us only the dark side of the planet to search. Now, my guess is their base will be hidden there. Probably as close to the twilight zone as possible.
The dark side of Mercury. Oh, that's about as cold as Pluto.
Well, it's not exactly a pleasant place, but that's where we're going to have a look.
If I'd have known this, I'd have worn my electrothermal underwear.
Cut your jets, Roger. This is serious business.
All right, men. Get to your stations. We're headed for Mercury.
Well, Lamar, have you picked up anything?
Yeah, a ship just came within range of our base radar, Wald. Headed this way.
Uh-oh. I was afraid of that.
By its contours, I guess it's the Polaris.
Polaris, eh? That strong ship. We've got to be careful of them. He's got a pretty good cadet crew.
I know. The Polaris was our escort ship when we pulled this job. I almost didn't shake them.
How long will it take them to get here?
Well, they should be in this latitude in another 10 minutes. Of course, they may pass right over. After all, this base is pretty well hidden.
Don't be a fool, Lamar. Our huts are bound to lose some heat no matter how well insulated. This makes it possible for their sensitive detectors to locate our base while still hundreds of miles away.
Well, then what can we do?
I've got a little surprise for them. Look here, Lamar. Ever see one of these?
Looks like an electron beam projector.
Right. It's an old weapon, but a good one. It will short out any electric circuit in a radius of as much as a mile.
But that's no good against the Polaris, Wald. Every rocket ship in the last 50 years has had counter-equipment triggered by the beam itself.
I know that, but I'm not going to use it against the ship, Lamar. I'm going to use it on the crew. You'll see what I mean when the time comes.
I won't have long to wait, then. Look at that screen.
Oh, they're entering the dark zone. What's their altitude?
Down about 60 miles. They've reduced speed, too. They're searching for our base.
Okay, let them find it. We'll be ready for them.
Any reaction from the screen, Tom?
Not yet, Captain. I'm adjusting the scanner now. Here we are.
Well?
The detector indicates heat, sir, in small quantities, such as might escape from an insulated building.
Good. We've located their base. Put her on automatic stabilizer, Tom. We're going down.
Landing completed, Captain.
Good work, Astro. Come on up here. Tom, what about that heat source?
Well, we're somewhere within 1,000 yards of it, sir.
You can't see a thing out there. How are we going to find it? On foot, Roger. All right, men, break out the pressurized suits.
Right, sir. Let's go, fellas.
And Tom.
Yes, sir?
Break out that special survival kit, too. We'd better take it along with us.
Right.
Now then, let's have a check. Sidearms, infrared spot.
I have that, sir.
Portable radar.
Right here, sir.
Survival kit. I'll take that. Now, recheck the heating and pressure units in your suits.
We wouldn't be able to walk with all this junk if the gravity were anything to speak of.
Out there, without this junk, as you call it, Roger, we wouldn't survive more than 5 minutes. Now stand by to open the airlock.
There they are, Wald. They're coming out of the Polaris airlock now.
All right, Lamar. Turn on the beam projector.
Here it goes.
Let it warm up before you focus the beam.
It'll be ready in a minute. But you still didn't explain what you're going to do with it.
Let me get at that view plate.
No.
This has to be focused exactly right. Give me the precise range.
The ship or the crew?
The crew, of course.
250 yards.
Good. Well within the most effective range. It should work perfectly.
But that beam isn't powerful enough to stop a man at any range over 10 yards.
No, but it's effective enough to short out the heating units in their spacesuits.
The heating units?
Sure. Without those, how long do you think they can be active out there?
By Jupiter, they wouldn't last long. What an idea.
All right, Lamar, stand by. Just a few more yards, and we'll let down the hatch.
All right, men. Keep close together. Don't get separated in this darkness.
Will you listen to that wind? This is worse than Pluto. At least it's quiet there.
The detector indicates the heat source is over this way a few degrees, sir.
All right, Tom. Flash the spotlight that way, Astro.
Aye, sir. Still no sign of anything.
Now they'll have it well camouflaged. You can bet on that. Keep your weapons ready. They may be tracking us.
The signal's at maximum, sir. We must be within a few yards of it.
Wait, Astro. Don't move the spot. I just saw something.
A flash of metal.
Very neat. Well, the ship must be concealed around here somewhere, too. Probably underground.
Hey, you know something, fellas? Imagination's a funny thing. Even in this insulated suit, I'm starting to feel cold.
You're space happy, Roger. How can you get cold with a heating unit in your suit? Hey, I don't feel exactly warm myself.
Hold it up, men. Something's gone wrong.
What is it, sir?
Our heating units aren't functioning. I'm beginning to feel cold myself. What about you, Astro?
Yes, sir. I hate to admit it, but I feel it, too.
Well, the heating units have conked out.
What are we going to do, sir? If we stay out here much longer, we'll freeze to death.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by. Listen to the pound of those giant drivers, sending that locomotive speeding down the main line. Well, that's only one of the 16 exciting action pictures you can see in the Magic Moving Picture Eye series. And you get a Magic Eye free at no extra cost in every package of Kellogg's Pep. How would you like to see William Holden, star of Paramount Pictures' Submarine Command, send up the periscope of the submarine and give the signal to fire the torpedo? Well, there's a Magic Eye that shows you just that. And there are other Magic Eyes that show you more movie stars, and trains, jet planes, and other exciting pictures. 16 different Magic Eyes altogether. Why, there's even a Magic Eye showing tennis star Bobby Riggs playing in a big game.
You want to collect all 16 different magic eyes, so start now. Remember, you get a magic eye free at no extra cost in every package of the Build-Up Wheat Cereal, Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
In the merciless cold of the dark side of Mercury, where the temperature stands at almost absolute zero, 4 figures huddled together against a howling gale, their spacesuits rendered useless as protection against the elements, now that the vanadium hijackers have caused the heating units in them to cease operation. For a moment, they remain motionless in stunned realization of their plight. And then, with a mighty effort, Captain Strong forces himself to move.
The kit. I've got to get it open.
What's that, sir?
The survival kit.
What good is the survival kit now?
It can save our lives. If I can rip it open. There. That does it. I'm numb. Here. Emergency batteries. Quick, Tom. Attach this to your heating unit mechanism.
Yes, sir.
There's one for you, Astro. Manning? And I've got one, too.
My fingers. They're so stiff I can hardly move them.
Hurry. Hurry. There's no time to lose.
There. Yes, I've got it. I've got mine, too. Oh, my feet.
Your extremities may hurt for a minute as the circulation starts again, but it won't last too long.
My ears feel like they're going to drop off. Great galaxy, I didn't know how cold a man could be.
We'll be all right soon. Not for long. These are only emergency batteries.
Well, then, we'd better get back to the ship fast.
Not yet. We've still got a chance to capture those men.
How, sir?
Roger. Astro, lie down on the ground here.
You say lie down, sir?
Yes, as though you collapsed. Come on now. Be quick. We've got to work fast.
Okay, sir. Come on, Roger. Hit the deck.
Now, we're going to try to trap these men out in the open. When they spot you two lying here, they'll be sure you collapsed from the cold. They'll think that Tom and I are somewhere behind you.
Oh, I get it, sir. Astro and I are the decoys.
That's right. Now, when they come out here to investigate, we'll be ready for them.
Sounds like it might work at that.
It's got to work. All right, Tom. You come with me.
Yes, sir. But what if those men don't show up before these emergency batteries go dead?
Well, that's the chance we've got to take.
All right, Lamar, you can shut off that beam now.
Okay, Wald.
That should take care of our visitors. Now we'll have a look. Get into your spacesuit. I want you to go out there and find them.
Me? Oh, no thanks, Wald.
What do you mean, no thanks? That's an order.
I don't care what it is. I'm not setting foot out of here alone.
Oh, so that's what's on your mind. You don't trust me, eh? You think I'll try to do away with you?
You guess it.
Now, why would I want to do that, Lamar?
Because you don't need me anymore, that's why. You needed me to hijack that vanadium and help you establish the base here. But now things are getting hot, and I happen to be the only one who can put the finger on it.
Oh, you're crazy.
Am I? Don't forget I saw what happened to Franklin.
I had to get rid of him. The easiest way was to dump him in space.
Well, I'm not going to make things so easy for you.
Okay, if you feel that way, break out my spacesuit, too. We'll go out there together.
I'm afraid our trap's not going to work, Captain Strong.
It's beginning to look like it, Tom. We can't wait much longer. These emergency batteries will conk out any minute now.
Hold it, sir.
What is it?
Look over there. That big boulder.
Say, well, for a second it seemed to be moving.
It is moving, sir. Look, it's the entrance to their underground hideout.
2 men are coming out. Stay down and keep them covered.
Don't worry, sir. I sure will.
Don't make a move now.
Hey, they're going over toward Astro and Manning.
That's just what I was hoping they'd do. Now we can move in behind them. Come on, Tom.
I'm with you, sir.
Loosen their spacesuits, Lamar. Make sure they're finished.
Okay, Walt. You keep looking for those other two.
That won't be necessary, mister. We're right behind you.
Strong. Drop those weapons. We've got you covered.
Astro, Manning, disarm them.
Right.
You heard the orders. I'll take those guns.
All right, you got it.
I'll say we have, and we've got the vanadium, too.
Good work, men. Step on it now. Let's get them aboard the Polaris.
Yeah. I want to be where it's nice and warm when these batteries go dead.
Roger, this is one time you and I agree completely. Don't miss the next action-packed adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. An adventure in which the cadet crew of the Polaris face death in space as the victims of willful sabotage in an interplanetary space tournament. Tune in, same time, same station, for the next thrilling interplanetary adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Brought to you by Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal. Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, starring Frankie Thomas, can also be seen on television and appears in the comic sections of many of America's leading newspapers. Look for it daily and in weekend editions. Featured in the cast were Al Markham, Jan Merlin, Edward Bryce, and James McCallion. Today's program was written by Gil Braun and directed by Drex Hines. Jackson Begg speaking.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret. Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
And what a secret. In Kellogg's Raisin Bran, the tasty raisins are dipped in honeycomb. That means plumper, more tender raisins along with delicious golden crisp bran flakes. Both fruit and cereal all in one box. And no other raisin bran but Kellogg's gives you the tender goodness of raisins dipped in honeycomb. That's Kellogg's secret. So for your breakfast, make sure you get Kellogg's because
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal, invites you to rocket into the future with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet.
Stand by to raise ship. Blast off minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars, we take you to the age of the conquest of space with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Rocketing through space on a scientific mission to the outer edges of the solar system, Space Cadets Tom Corbett, Roger Manning, and Astro prepare the rocket cruiser Polaris for a landing on the planet Pluto. On the control deck, Major Connell, a hardened space pioneer and commander of the expedition, cracks out orders briskly.
Control deck to radar bridge. Check in.
Radar bridge ahead.
Get me a picture of Pluto on the magnoscope, Manning, and feed it down here to me on the control deck scanner.
Yes, sir.
Well, Corbett, we should be hitting the upper layers of the residual atmosphere soon.
Estimated time of touchdown is 2 minutes, Major Connell. Closing in fast.
Have the schedule on it, sir. Pluto clear is dead ahead. And from the looks of it, I'm ready to go home right now. Nothing but ice.
Never mind the editorial comment, Manning. Feed it down here.
Right, sir.
Well, there she is, coming in clear as crystal. Well, how do you like Pluto, Corbett?
Why, the whole planet is one big snowball.
Carbon dioxide snow. You see those ice mountains there to the left? Down near what you might call the equator?
Yes, sir.
Those peaks reach nearly 6,000 feet up from the surface of the planet. Millions of years of temperatures of 400 degrees below zero have frozen carbon dioxide gases right into those mountains. That's where we want to go.
We're almost over them now, sir.
Very well, Corbett. Attention all stations. Stand by for touchdown. Control deck to power deck. Check in.
Already got it.
Reduce escape velocity speed to 5.3, Astro.
Aye, aye, sir.
Why 5.3, Major Connell?
Pluto has about 3/4 the gravity of Earth, Corbett. On Earth, we need a little more than 7 miles a second for escape speed, so we land tail first, using enough thrust on the rockets to ease down. Let me know when we're 50 feet above the ground.
We're closing in fast, sir. 100 feet to touchdown. 75. 50.
Power deck, zero velocity.
Zero velocity, aye, sir.
30 feet, Major. 20. 10.
Touchdown!
We're ready to go outside.
inside, Major Connell.
Good. Now you all know what we're looking for. A cave that can house 1,000 workers and equipment as a base for later detailed explorations. We'll go out in pairs. Corbett, you'll come with me.
Yes, sir.
Astro, you and Manning get one of the jet boats ready for use.
Yes, sir.
After preliminary examination of the terrain, we'll use jet boats for advanced search. Now, check your oxygen supplies. You should have enough for 8 hours. Under no circumstances are any of you to go out alone. Remember that. Now, put on your helmets and check your oxygen.
Cadet Astro, okay, sir.
Cadet Corbett, okay, sir? Cadet Manning, okay, sir. All right. And be careful out there. One mistake, and it may be your last. Just remember, Pluto was named after the god of the dead.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Attention all spacemen. Attention all spacemen. Stand by for a high priority message from Commander Arkwright, Space Academy Commandant. Pay close attention. This message will not be repeated.
The health and strength of you spacemen listening is of primary importance to the well-being of this planet. I cannot overestimate the duties and responsibilities you will have to assume in the years to come. That is why you must keep yourselves strong and healthy. That, in part, means selecting the right foods that really help you to build strength and health. And when it comes to breakfast, I personally recommend Kellogg's Pep. Pep is a 100% whole wheat cereal, a cereal that supplies vitamins and minerals and other food values space cadets need to keep up with their training. That's the kind of cereal you should have. If you want to match the cadets in their activities, eat the same cereal they do. Start your day the spaceman's way, with a hearty, nourishing bowlful of Kellogg's Pep. In transmission.
Thank you, Commander Arkwright. And spacemen, Kellogg's Pep is a swell, tasting cereal, too. So ask Mom to get the cereal that combines good eating with 100% whole wheat. Ask your mother for Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep. 3 billion miles from the sun on the bleak carbon dioxide wastes of the planet Pluto, 4 Earthmen are in search of a cave that will eventually serve as a base for further exploration on the dead planet. While Space Cadets Astro and Manning prepare a jet boat for long-range search, Tom Corbett and Major Connell, exploring on foot, stand at the base of a solid mountain of ice over 6,000 feet high.
Jumping Jupiter, this is the biggest hunk of ice I've ever seen, Major. Frozen gases, Corbett, that's all it is. Must be 100 miles round at the base. You think we'll find a cave anywhere under that, sir? It's possible, but wouldn't the atomic heating units make this thing melt? If it did melt, it would turn into gas and form ice somewhere else. There are no liquids on Pluto. None at all? Maybe billions of years ago, but now nothing but frozen gas. Well, let's go back to the Polaris. Manning and Astro should have that jet boat ready by now. I want to take a look at this mountain from the other side.
Well, the jet boat's ready, Astro. Where's His Royal Highness Major Connell?
I ought to be back any second. Relax, Roger.
Boy, just looking at all that ice out there makes me cold.
Just keep talking, pal. Your space gas will warm you up.
Rock it off, will you? Look, I've got an idea. Let's give this jet boat a trial run and have a look around.
Oh, we'd better not, Roger. The Major said wait.
Okay, then you go out and sit on a hunk of ice because I'm going to do some sightseeing. Besides, the Major told us to get the boat ready, and how can we be sure it's okay unless we test it?
But the Major said we're to stick together.
Afraid to come along, Astro?
Afraid nothing.
Make up your mind, pal. I'm ready to blast off.
Well, all right. But make it a short hop, Roger. I'd rather take 400 degrees below zero from Pluto than 200 above from Major Connell.
Rocket cruiser Polaris to Polaris jet boat. Polaris to jet boat. Come in, Roger. Astro. Polaris.
Polaris to jet boat. Come in.
No use, Corbett. They've been gone for over 2 hours. Something must have happened to them, otherwise they would vanish.
I can't understand it,
Well,
sir.
I can. Manning and Astro have deliberately disobeyed my orders to stay here at the Polaris until we return. I've had enough of this smile-alecky attitude. This is going to cost them exactly 99 demerits.
But, sir, it only takes 100 demerits to wash out of the academy.
I know that, Corbett. But it will keep them from stepping out of line again. A foolish trick like this could jeopardize the entire expedition.
Jet boat to Polaris. Jet boat to Polaris. Come
Well,
in,
it's
Polaris.
about time.
Polaris here, Roger. Are you all right?
Manning.
Sure.
Manning, where are you?
I don't know exactly, sir. About 1,000 miles south of you at the end of a big ice mountain range. Our stabilizer froze and we can't blast off.
The crashes of Luna, Manning. This is the last time you'll disobey an order. Where's Cadet Astro?
He's back in the cave exploring, sir.
What cave?
I found the cave, sir, almost as big as the Grand Canyon. Goes in about a mile to the rock surface of the planet. That's what you wanted, isn't it, sir?
Yes, Manning, thanks, but it still doesn't clear you of disobeying orders. You set out a red flare marker and stay where you are until Corbett and I get there. And when I say stay there, I mean stay. You move 1 inch and you'll get demerit number 100.
Well, hotshot, the Major sure cooled you off in a hurry, and I don't mean by the climate.
Listen, P-Brain, if it wasn't for me finding that cave, you'd be stuck on this solar popsicle for months.
Look, if that head of yours gets any bigger, you'll bust right out of your space helmet.
Take a walk, ape-man.
I think I will. I prefer the company of that empty cave.
Yeah, do that. While you're at it, get lost.
Hey, Roger.
Oh, brother, am I glad to see you, Tom. I thought for a while you weren't going to find us.
Don't worry, Cadet Manning. I would have found you, all right.
Yes, sir. I can imagine, sir.
Where's Cadet Astro?
He's inside the cave, sir. Over there.
Very well. Corbett, you stay here in the jet boat with Manning and see that he doesn't budge out of it.
Aye, aye, Major.
I'll find Astro and bring him back.
He's really fusing his tubes.
What made you take off like that, Roger? You're asking for trouble with an officer like Major Connell.
That's gratitude for you. I not only astrogate the guy 3 billion miles, but I find his little cave for him, too, and he blasts me for it.
That's not the point, Roger. You disobeyed an order.
If it wasn't for me, we'd just be starting to look for the cave. Now the job's all done.
Okay. No one's taking the credit away from you. But you've got to understand...
Knock it off, Junior. We just don't talk the same language.
Maybe not, but I hope the disciplinary board at the academy talks yours when you're brought up on charges. Hey, there's the intercom signal.
Probably Major Connell or Astro reporting on their belt communicators.
Jet boat. Cadet Corbett, go ahead.
Corbett, this is Major Connell. Has Cadet Astro returned yet?
Why, no, sir. Haven't you found him?
No, the only trace of him is his belt communicator. I found it on the floor of a cave about 100 yards in.
How could he lose his communicator?
I don't know. This looks like trouble. You and Manning join me here and bring along an emergency kit.
Very well, sir. Be right there. With the 3 of us searching, we ought to find him in no time.
I wouldn't be too sure of that. From what I've seen, this cave is so big you could put Space Academy in one corner and never see it. So you can imagine what would happen to a mere man. There's a narrow ledge leading down to the bottom of the cave, boys. If Astro went down, he had to go this way.
Lead the way, sir. We're right behind you.
You can see the whole cave from here.
Jumping Jupiter, I never dreamed it was this big.
Why, it must be 20 miles across and a mile deep from top to bottom.
And the floor is rock, not ice. And look at the way the walls shimmer with light.
Like they were studded with 1 million tiny light beams.
Yes. In our wildest dreams, we didn't hope for this. But its size makes it that much more difficult to find Astro.
I'll say 400 square miles to cover. To find one guy 6 feet tall.
All right, boys. We're on the floor of the cave. From this point, we have to separate. Corbett? Yes, sir. You take a red flare and go to the left. Manning? Yes, sir. Take a yellow flare and go to the right. I'll take a blue one and cut across the middle of the cave. Now, take your time and keep your eyes open. If you find any trace of Astro, ignite your flare. Any questions?
No questions, sir.
All clear, sir.
One thing more. Return to this point in 3.5 hours.
Why the time limit, sir? Aren't we going to keep looking until we find Astro?
If we don't find him in 3.5 hours, Manning, there'll be no rush. Astro's oxygen will be gone, and he won't know the difference.
Blasted, if anything happens to that balloon...
Wait a minute, Manning. Now you know what can happen when you disobey an order. All right. Come on.
No luck, huh, Major?
No, not a thing, Corbett. How about you?
Same here, sir. No footprints, not a sign of him.
Where's Manning?
Well, I guess he's still looking, sir. I just can't understand it. Astro wouldn't wander off like that.
I know, Corbett. It's almost as if he dropped right off this ice-packed planet.
You think he might have fallen in one of the ice crevices in a way that we couldn't see him?
It's possible, Corbett. But I don't...
Major, look.
What?
A flare. It's Roger. He must have found Astro. Come on.
Take it easy, boys. Easy. Haul him up. Slowly. That's it. Tie the rope to that big rock, Roger. I've got Astro by the shoulders.
Okay. Hang on to him.
Get him over the edge. There.
Thanks, Major. There. He's safe now.
Manning, get an emergency oxygen flask hooked up to his space helmet. Hurry.
Yes, sir. His face is almost blue with cold. I guess being wedged in that crevice for 4 hours cut off the heating units in his spacesuit.
No, Corbett, he's not suffering from cold. That's suffocation. That's what happens when you can't breathe.
I'll give him some more oxygen, Roger. I think he's beginning to open his eyes.
Right. Come on, Astro, old boy. Breathe deep.
He's getting it now. There. He's starting to breathe deeply.
Hey. What's going on?
Take it easy. Breathe evenly and slowly. That's it.
Oh, boy. Does that oxygen feel good?
Corbett, you and Manning go back to the jet boat and fly it in here. We've got to get Astro out of this icebox.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, we'll get this Venusian lummox back where it can be warmed up.
Just a little of your hot air will do, Roger.
Sounds to me like you're better already. Well, don't just stand there, boys. Blast off. Get that jet boat ready.
Roger, this ought to teach you a lesson about obeying orders.
Oh, don't say a word, Tom. I feel smaller than a Martian mouse.
Yeah? I've heard you say that before.
Well, this time I mean it.
Now, here's the cave entrance. Let's get that jet boat ready.
Yeah, brother, it's good to see open space again. Hey, Tom, what's that noise?
I don't know.
Jumping Jupiter, the whole mountain's starting to shake.
Roger, it's an avalanche. Tons of ice coming down on top of us.
Come on, let's get back in the cave.
No time now. Head straight out and run for your life.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Spaceman, have you started your collection of magic eyes yet? Well, let me tell you all about it because you won't want to miss out on this. The magic eye is a brightly colored plastic disc set with a picture in the middle. And when you hold it in your hands and tip it back and forth, the picture goes into action, doing things you wouldn't believe possible. There's one magic eye with a picture of Bob Hope holding a baseball bat. When you tip the magic eye up and down, Bob Hope starts swinging that bat just like a real baseball slugger. When you move another magic eye, you'll see a jet plane streaming through the clouds. And altogether, there are 16 different pictures you can collect in the Magic Eye series. Each magic eye is easy to get, too. All you have to do is get a package of that swell-tasting Kellogg's Pep. Open it up, and right inside you'll see a magic eye that's all yours. That's the best part. There's a magic eye free at no extra cost in every package of Kellogg's Pep. Get your magic eye collection started now. Ask Mom to buy the build-up wheat cereal, Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P.
Finding Astro alive but wedged in an ice crevice inside the huge cave on Pluto, Tom and Roger helped Major Connell release him, and then left the cave to get the jet boat to carry their friend back to the Polaris. However, just as they stepped out of the mouth of the cave, an avalanche thundered down on them. Hundreds of tons of snow and ice threatening burial and instant death.
Come on, Roger. Run! Run! I can't make it, Tom. I'm through. Hit that search quick. Here it comes! Roger! Tom? All right. I guess so, but I don't see how we got... Check your spacesuit. Make sure it isn't torn. No, everything's okay. Jumping Jupiter. Look, Tom, the mouth of the cave. It's buried.
Oh, no. And Astro and Major Connell are trapped inside. Come on, Roger. Keep digging. We've got to get through this ice.
Tom, I can't. I can't lift the axe anymore.
All right. Take a breather.
If there was only some way we could find out if Astro and the Major are okay.
The only way is to cut through.
It's impossible, Tom. We've been at it for 2 hours and haven't even made a dent in it.
Say, maybe there's some way we could melt this stuff.
I don't see how, Tom. We haven't got any kind of heat available, and if we did, we couldn't sustain it long enough to cut all the way through.
The Polaris could.
The Polaris?
Suppose we bring the ship here and turn her stern exhaust on that pile of ice.
Hey, it might work, Tom. It's about the only thing we can do. If we don't get inside that cave soon, Astro and the Major are done for.
Hello, Roger. We're getting pretty close to the cave. Stand by rocket controls.
Okay, Tom. Power deck ready.
I'll bring the Polaris right over the pile of ice and reduce velocity thrust until Pluto's gravity pull and the thrust of the rockets are equal.
Sounds good to me, Tom.
Right. We're closing in now. Fire rockets just enough to make us hover, Roger.
Power coming up.
Nice going. We're holding right over the ice. Our exhaust blast ought to make it evaporate soon.
How's it doing, Tom?
We have to get closer. Reduce your thrust just a notch.
How's that?
Right on the nose, Roger.
Is it really melting the stuff?
It just disappears. Another minute and we should be through.
Great. Old man Pluto's getting the first hot foot in umpty billion years.
Honestly, boys, when I saw that rocket exhaust flame burning through that pile of ice, I didn't know whether to be happy or scared.
Yeah, it reminded me of the ancient dragons in fairy tales.
It was a nice job, boys. You were just in time. Our oxygen was just about gone.
Well, thank heavens it only took a couple of minutes for the heat from the exhaust to get rid of the ice.
At first I thought it was Manning shooting off his mouth again.
Major, will the cave fit the needs of the expedition?
Oh, completely, Corbett. And as soon as I send a report back to Space Academy, a fleet of space freighters will leave with equipment and supplies to establish the base.
Say, Skipper.
Yes?
Isn't it the usual thing to name a new discovery after the discoverer?
Why, yes, it is, Manning. The name will be recorded with the Solar Council.
Well, what do you know? A new base named after me. Just think, Astro. Now you can tell your grandchildren you knew the first great explorer of Pluto, the hero who established Manning Colony.
Correction, Manning. The Polaris Colony.
I'll sure tell my grandchildren about that.
Cheer up, Roger. We'll name the garbage dump after you.
Go blow your jets.
The next action-packed adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, when Astro is suddenly threatened by a spaceman's most dreaded disease and undergoes a dangerous trial in space. Tune in, same time, same station on Tuesday for the next thrilling interplanetary adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Brought to you by Kellogg's Pep, the Build-Up Wheat Cereal. Tom Corbett, Space Cadet starring Frankie Thomas, can also be seen on television and appears in the comic sections of many of America's leading newspapers. Look for it daily and in weekend editions. Featured in today's cast were Jan Merlin, Al Markham, and Barry Kroger. Today's program was written by Richard Jessup, directed by Drex Hines. Jackson Beck speaking.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret. Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
And what a secret. In Kellogg's Raisin Bran, the tasty raisins are dipped in honeycomb. That means plumper, more tender raisins, along with delicious golden crisp bran flakes. Both fruit and cereal, all in one box. And no other raisin brand but Kellogg's gives you the tender goodness of raisins dipped in honeycomb. That's Kellogg's secret. So for your breakfast, make sure you get Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal, invites you to rocket into the future with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet.
Stand by to raise ship.
Blast off, minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
As roaring rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars, we take you to the age of the conquest of space with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Like a large silvery bullet, the rocket cruiser Polaris hurtles toward Earth, heading for a landing on the Academy spaceport after a long training cruise. Inside the ship, the crew prepares for touchdown with the ease of long practice. At the controls sit Tom Corbett and his astrogator, Roger Manning, while Astro stands by below on the power deck. And as the ship falls through the successive layers of atmosphere, gaining momentum, Tom and Roger stare through the viewport at the round ball of Earth rushing up to meet them.
What's our altitude, Roger? 100,000 feet, Tom. Keep tipping the altitude. 90,000 feet. We'd better start braking. Control deck to power deck. Check in.
All ready, Guy.
Okay, Astro. Stand by to blast braking rocket.
Right, Tom. Ready whenever you are.
What did you say?
I'm all set, Tom.
Oh, okay. Couldn't hear you for a second. 70,000 feet. Hit them now, Astro. Braking rocket's 1/4. Astro, acknowledge. Something's wrong down there, Roger. Something will be wrong up here, too, if we don't start braking. Down to 50,000. Take over the controls. I'm going down to the power deck. Blast, Junior, blast, or we're going to splash ourselves all over Space Academy. Astro, what's the... Great jumping Jupiter. Hello, control deck. Check in, Roger.
What are you waiting for, Junior? We're down to 25,000 feet.
Listen, Astro's out cold.
What?
Stand by your controls. I'm taking over down here. Hey, Astro, snap out of it. Come on. Hey, cut it out, Tom. What are you trying to do? Come on, wake up, Astro. Wake up. Huh? Hey, where are we? Did we land okay? What happened? That's what I'd like to know, sleeping beauty. Oh, I must have blacked out. The last thing I remember, we were getting ready to land. You sure picked a fine time to take a nap, Astro. You almost made it a permanent one for all of us. I got dizzy. The whole ship seemed to be turning around, and well, that's all I remember. Oh, come on, Astro. Roger and I are taking you over to sick bay. No, I feel fine now. But, Astro, you'd better get a checkup. There's nothing wrong with me, I tell you. In fact, I'm hungry. Come on, let's check in and go to chow. Well, all right, Astro, if you say so, but I still think that... Stop thinking about it, or I'll show you how healthy I am. All right. Come on, let's go.
Well, good morning, Cadet.
Good morning, ma'am. Polaris unit reporting for class.
Do you have your laboratory assignment?
Yes, Dr. Dale. I'm in Laboratory J. Laboratory K for me. I stay right here, ma'am.
Very good. The labs are already set up with the equipment you'll need for your experiments. Here they are. Tom, Roger, Astro. Now, you're to make some of the gases that you meet on other planets in the solar system and study their properties. But I must warn you to be extremely careful because many of them are very poisonous, and even small quantities are dangerous. Now, is everything clearly understood?
Certainly, Doctor.
All right, carry out your instructions. I'll be in my office if you need me.
Oh, brother.
Look what I pull. Methane and ammonia, the stuff you find on Titan. Well, if you hear me coughing, think nothing of it. Now, let's see. I've got diethylchlorine. Well, that should be easy to make. Be careful, Astro. You don't blow up toy balloons with that stuff. It's one of the deadliest. I can handle it. You'd better get over to your own lab, Tom, and get started. We haven't too much time on this deal. Right. Are you sure you'll be all right, Astro? Blast off, will you? I'm fine. Okay, Astro. See you later. Why don't those characters stop bothering me? I'm okay. Now, let's see. Diethylchlorine, huh? Blasted. Why don't they use bigger type in these instructions? I can hardly read them. Getting awfully warm in here. Print it's so blurred. The room is going around. I can't stop it. Help. Tom. Roger. Help me. Oh.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by. You know, spaceman, there's a lot more to being a space cadet than just flying around space. The cadets have to work and learn on the ground, too. Now, take the Space Academy instrument shop. Space cadets learn to repair and operate all the instruments that are standard equipment on rocket ships and jet boats. You know, I saw Tom Corbett down there one day, and he was telling me all about... Hi there. I'm working on a radar scope. You know, a radar scope is the eyes and ears of a rocket ship. It's got to be in good working order, or else. Space cadets have to be in good working order, too, or else. That's why we stock up on good foods like Kellogg's Pep to get the food values we need for strong bones, strong muscles, and on-the-double energy. Kellogg's Pep helps me to start the day with plenty of stock, plenty of drive. And say, if you have plans for being a space cadet someday, the thing for you to do is to start eating Kellogg's Pep right now, starting tomorrow morning. Just ask your mom to get Kellogg's Pep. Well, that was Tom Corbett talking about his favorite cereal again. You know, it's no surprise. Tom Corbett likes a cereal with lots of flavor, and Kellogg's Pep fills the bill perfectly. You try Tom Corbett's favorite wheat cereal tomorrow morning. Get the build-up wheat cereal, Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep. Returning to Space Academy after a long training cruise, Astro suddenly blacks out, and only Tom's quick action saves the Polaris from a disastrous crash landing. Worried about their friend, Tom and Roger try to get Astro to sickbay for a checkup, but he stubbornly refuses. Now, however, in a laboratory class, as he handles poisonous chemicals, the young cadet from Venus faints again, dropping several beakers. And as he lies unconscious on the floor, the room begins to fill with diethylchlorine, the deadly poison gas of the planet Uranus. Suddenly, however, the door is flung open and Tom Corbett rushes in. Astro! Astro! Great Jupiter, he's passed out again. Dr. Dale! Roger! Roger, come here! Wait! Hey, what's all the racket? Astro! Get rid of that beaker of gas. Quick, Roger. And open the windows. You bet!
Corbett. What happened to Astro?
He fainted, ma'am.
Get the emergency kit. Hurry, Tom. Give me the syringe with the camphor adrenaline.
Yes, ma'am. Here you are.
Here, hold his arm out. This should bring him out of it. If he didn't breathe too much of that gas.
There. Will he be all right, Dr. Dale?
Wait, he's coming out of it.
Hey. What happened?
You fainted, Astro.
Oh. I feel as if I swallowed a jar of mustard.
No, just a few mouthfuls of diethylchlorine. Do you think you'll be all right now?
Oh, sure, ma'am.
Well, I'm sending you to sick bay with Roger.
Well, no. Well, that isn't necessary, Dr. Dale. I feel fine now. I don't want to...
That is an order, Cadet Astro.
Yes.
Come on, Junior. After those gas pits of Venus, I can't understand how a nice gas like diethylchlorine can bother you.
Tom.
Yes, Dr. Dale?
You're pretty close to Astro, aren't you?
He's my best friend, Dr. Dale.
Well, tell me, Has Astro seemed, different lately? Has he changed in any way?
Well, come to think of it, ma'am, he has. Usually he's pretty calm and easygoing. The only one who can ever get a rise out of him is Roger. But on this last training flight, he was jumpy and irritable, even with me. And then sometimes I found him staring into space. He seemed to be dreaming. I had to call him a couple of times to make him snap out of it.
I see.
Does that mean anything to you, ma'am?
I'm afraid it does.
Then you know what's the matter with him?
Well, frankly, Tom, I think Astro is suffering from a disease all spacemen fear the most. Space fever.
Space fever?
Yes, Tom. And if I'm right, Astro's days as an active cadet are numbered. If he doesn't pass the examination, he'll be grounded forever or medically discharged from the academy.
Dr. Dale, Captain Strong, is Astro all right?
Sorry, Tom, but the results aren't all in yet. Right now, it's touch and go.
The last test Astro took will tip the balance one way or the other. We'll just have to wait.
Okay, we'll wait here with you.
No, I'm afraid you can't, Tom. I've just received orders from Commander Arkwright to blast off on a routine training flight to Mars. We raise ship in 1 hour.
Is Astro coming with us?
We probably won't know until just before flight time, Roger. But this much is certain. If Astro isn't in our crew when we raise ship, he'll never go into space again. Are we ready to blast off, Corbett?
Aye, sir.
But did you get clearance from Spaceport Control, Manning?
Yes, sir. We're on 10-minute alert.
Very good. Notify Control we'll blast off on schedule.
Well, sir, what about...
Well, speak up, Corbett.
Isn't Astro coming along?
Astro? Well...
Cadet Harvey reporting, sir.
Oh, yes. Corbett, Manning, I want you to meet George Harvey, a new member of the Polaris unit. Cadet Harvey will take over the power deck.
The power deck? But that's Astro's station.
Sir, does that mean that Astro...
We'll talk about that later, Tom. I'll be back in a moment. You might make Cadet Harvey feel a little more at home.
So you're the new power pusher, huh? How do you rate getting into this unit?
I don't know. I just got orders to report to the Polaris. Very glad to be with you. Heard you're a pretty good crew.
We're the best crew, Junior. And while I'm about it, I might as well let you know where you stand around here.
Wait a minute, Roger. He stands equal with all of us. Don't mind him, Harvey. You see, we're disappointed that...
Skip it, Corbett. I heard about Astro. I'm only afraid I won't be able to fill his shoes.
You will, after we work on you a little while.
All right, boys. Get ready for blast-off. But first, I want you to meet a passenger we're going to carry on this flight.
A passenger? What are we running, a ferry service?
That will be enough from you, Manning.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Now, this passenger is important to all of us. I want you to show him every consideration.
Astro!
Why, you old space
Oh, this is terrific, Captain Strong. Why didn't you tell us Astro was rejoining the crew?
I'm not rejoining you, Tom. I'm just going along for the ride.
The ride? That's right, Manning. Astro is only a passenger. The examination wasn't conclusive, so he's being sent on this trip to test his reactions out in space. His future status in the Academy will depend on how he comes through. Well, that's the story. Prepare for blast-off.
What a lucky stiff you are, Astro. To be able to dope off while we chauffeur you around the universe.
Shut up, Roger. Shut up. What? Why, listen here, you... Yes, yes, Roger. This is no time to kid around.
All right, boys. Take your stations.
Cleared Earth's atmosphere, Captain Strong.
Right. Put the ship on automatic control. Oh, where's Astro?
Topside, sir, in his bunk.
You boys will have to handle him with silk gloves. Use every bit of tact and understanding you can.
But, Captain, if he isn't well, why did the doctor let him come along?
Tom, the pressure test showed him to be a borderline case of space fever. Now, that apparatus is the nearest thing we have to actual space flight, but it's still just an electronic device. So the final proof had to be an actual flight. In fact, I insisted on this trip against the advice of the doctors.
You kind of stuck your neck out, sir.
Yes, in a way. If anything should happen to Astro now, I'll be responsible.
Strong, we're approaching Mars orbit. Ready to land in 10 minutes.
Good. Prepare for landing operation, Tom. Oh, but have Astro come down here first.
Aye, sir. Hello, Astro. Check in.
Go ahead, Tom.
We land in 10 minutes. The skipper wants you down on the control deck.
What's the matter? Is he afraid I'll black out again?
Of course not, Astro. Come on down. He's certainly getting jumpy, Skipper.
Yes, I've noticed. You better alert Harvey to stand by.
Control deck to power deck. Check in.
Power deck, aye.
Approaching orbit of Mars. Prepare for standard approach.
Ready anytime you want, Tom.
Right. Cadet Harvey seems to be fitting in nicely, sir.
And I'm glad of that.
Cadet Astro reporting is ordered, sir.
Well, Astro, how are you doing?
I'm all right.
Oh, good. Well, we're approaching Mars. You'd better stay with us until we land.
Why, so you can keep your eye on me? What's that? Captain Strong. Take a look out there, out in space.
What? Great Jupiter, we're in the middle of a meteor shower.
What a show. This is a ringside seat.
It's just a little too close for me. If one of those white-hot pieces of space junk ever hits us, we'll be part of the fireworks.
Any chance of that, sir?
Well, not much, I guess. There's very little possibility of a direct hit, but you'll never know.
Hey, did you see that?
Oh, that was a close one.
I could feel the heat right through the hull.
Who turned on the heat? I feel as if I'm being frozen alive up here.
Sir, I think I smell smoke.
What? Well, Tom, you're right. Quick, sound the emergency alarm. The ship is on fire.
Radar bridge control deck. Check in.
Control deck, aye. Go ahead, Roger.
Who turned up the heat? I'm getting toasted up here.
What? Oh, Captain Strong, look. Smoke coming from the main duct. Great galaxy. The ship is on fire.
The smoke is coming from the power deck vents. Call Harvey, quick, Tom.
Control deck to power deck. Check in, Harvey.
Power deck, aye.
Harvey, what happened down there?
The heat from that meteor. It fused the coupling on the main control board. Everything's short-circuited. And the auxiliary radiation tank is on fire.
Captain Strong, did you hear that?
Yes, we've got to kill that fire. And fast, or the whole ship will blow up. We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment, so stand by.
Say, Spaceman, how many different magic eyes do you have in your collection right now? Do you have the magic eye showing Paramount star Bill Holden in a scene from the picture Submarine Command? Do you have the magic eye showing a jet streaking through the sky? Do you have the magic eye showing trains, planes, and all the others, like movie stars, sports stars, all your favorites? Well, say, Spaceman, let's get a move on. Those magic eyes are just waiting to be picked up at your grocery store. That's right. You get a magic eye with a picture that moves and shows you exciting action. Now, every package of Kellogg's Pep has a magic eye packed right inside. Here's a prize you don't have to wait for, you don't have to send for. All you have to do is to get Kellogg's Pep, and you'll get a magic eye free at no extra cost right inside the package. Don't delay, Spaceman. Get all 16 of these exciting magic eye pictures in your magic eye collection. Remember, there's a magic eye in every package of Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
Believed to be a victim of space fever, Astro was taken on a routine training flight to Mars as a passenger in order to test his reactions out in space. But now, as the powerful rocket ship nears its destination, it is suddenly engulfed by a large meteor shower. And as one white-hot meteor passes dangerously close, its heat fuses the cables in the main control board and sets the ship aflame. Attention all hands. Attention all hands. Breakout spacesuits. Emergency fire procedure. Radar bridge. Check in.
Radar bridge, aye.
Contact Marsport. Send out a distress alarm.
Aye, sir.
Tom.
Aye, aye, Captain Strong.
Close all portals and seal the decks. We'll try to keep the fire from spreading.
Right, sir. Captain Strong, I'll go down to the power deck and see if I can do
You'll
something.
stay right where you are, Astro.
But, sir, I can help.
You'll help me by keeping out of the way. Hello. Control deck to power deck. Check in, Harvey.
Power deck, aye.
Are the automatic extinguishers working? Can they hold the fire to the auxiliary tank?
No, sir. I can't get a thing out of them. They're not working. The fire is spreading fast.
Then dump the reaction mask.
I can't, sir. All electric controls are out. The whole panel is shorted.
All right, abandon the power deck. Get up here on the double.
Aye.
Captain Strong, let me take over down there. Harvey's a good man, but he hasn't got the
Sorry,
experience.
Astro, we can't risk it.
But, sir,
You heard me, Astro. I can't take the chance of you blacking out down there. Now, for the last time, keep out of my way.
Yes, sir. Hey, Captain Strong.
Strong. Manning, did you contact Marsport?
I couldn't, sir. The radar bridge is dead. Nothing's working. That's why I came down here. Even the ship's intercom is out. Captain Strong, I can't seal the portals. All power is gone.
So that does it. We'll have to abandon the ship.
Wait a minute, sir. There's still a way to put the fire out. Are you crazy, Junior? The extinguishers won't work. Space is a good extinguisher. Space?
I think you've got something there, Tom. If we can open the power deck airlock, all the oxygen will rush out, and the fire won't be able to sustain itself. It'll be smothered.
That's the idea, sir.
Go on. Get your spacesuit on, Tom. We haven't a second to lose. Watch your step, Tom. If that fire touches your spacesuit, you're done for.
I'll be careful, sir.
Can you see the airlock? So smoky in here, I can. Over this way. Keep your hand on my shoulder. Oh, right. Look at those flames. They're awfully close to the main tank. Keep moving, Tom. There's the lock.
Yeah. I see it, sir.
Now, we'll have to open it manually. Are you ready?
Oh, wait. Let me get a good grip on it.
Right. Watch yourself. Don't get caught in the draft when the air rushes out.
Okay, sir.
I'm ready. Then pull. Oh, the thing is rough. I can't touch it. Keep trying.
Sir, the fire. It's licking at the main reactor tank.
Never mind that, Tom. Get this airlock open. Pull. Aye, sir. It's giving a little. Now, once more. Give it all you've got.
Get it, sir. The fire is out.
All right, boys. Everything's under control now. Tom and I did a patch job on the main control panel. We'll be able to land at Marsport.
Nice going, Skipper. I thought sure we were going to be blown sky high.
That was close, all right. Harvey.
Oh, yes, sir.
Get back down to the power deck and cut in number 2 and 3 rockets. That's all we'll need.
Aye, aye, sir.
And you get back to your station, man.
Right, sir. What about me, sir? You still want me down here on the control deck?
Yes, Astro. Until we land.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and Astro, I'm sorry if I was a little abrupt with you before, but, well, you should understand.
Don't worry, Captain Strong. I understand perfectly. If you'll excuse me, I'll lie down on one of the acceleration cushions. I've got to take good care of myself, you know. He's sure taking it hard, Captain Strong.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing we can do about it, I'm afraid. This is one battle Astro has to fight with himself, and the odds are stacked against him. Don't miss the next action-packed adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, on Thursday, when the crew of the Polaris rockets into danger on the return flight to Earth, and Astro takes the final test in his trial in space. Tune in, same time, same station on Thursday for the next thrilling interplanetary adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Brought to you by Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal.
Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal, invites you to rocket into the future with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet.
Stand by to raise ship. Blast off. -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Roaring rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars. We take you to the age of the conquest of space with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Roaring out of the blackness of the void and circling the planet Mars, the rocket cruiser Polaris completes the first half of a training flight which will prove conclusively whether Astro is a victim of space fever, the most dreaded disease of all spacemen, a disease that will ground the man forever, keep him from ever flying a rocket ship again. Now, as the spaceship is secured on the landing ramp at Marsport, Captain Strong calls his crew to the control deck.
All right, cadets, you can have 4 hours liberty. It'll take the maintenance crew at least that long to repair the Polaris.
Liberty? Oh, brother, just what I was hoping for.
But only 4 hours, Cadet Manning, not a second longer.
Aye, aye, Captain Strong.
You boys can blast off any time you wish. I'll stay on the ship with the maintenance crew.
4 hours. That's a lifetime. Here's where the Martian dolls get a break. How do I look, Tom?
Repulsive, as usual.
I like you, too, Junior. See you later.
Hey, Manning, you mind if I come with you?
Sure, Harvey. You can watch the master operate.
Okay. So long, Tom. I'll be seeing you.
So long, Harvey. You know, Astro, that Harvey isn't a bad guy at all. He was right on the ball when the fire broke out.
Yeah, sure. A real hot shot.
Well, don't take it out on him, Astro. He had nothing to do with replacing you in the unit. Say, have you any plans for this liberty?
Why, Tom? Has Captain Strong told you to keep an eye on me?
Say, what's eating you? You're acting like a spoiled kid. I'm on your side, Astro, remember?
Thanks. But if you don't mind, I'll work things out in my own way. And I don't need any help from you, nursemaid.
Hey, you guys, better step on it. Captain Strong's almost ready to blast off. Get into your fatigue.
Okay. Don't rush me, Tom. There's plenty of time.
Enjoy your liberty, Harvey.
Oh, I sure did.
Hey, what about Astro? You fellas see anything of him?
No, not me, Tom.
Me either.
I hope he's all right.
Be great if he misses blast-off. That'll be his finish.
You'd kind of like that, wouldn't you, Manning?
Huh?
Astro, I was getting worried about you.
Why don't you mind your own business? I'm doing all right by myself.
Attention all hands. The repairs for the Polaris are completed. We raise ship in 5 minutes. Take your stations.
Jupiter, I better hurry.
Astro, you better get into your fatigue. You haven't got much time.
That can wait. I'm going up to the control deck. There are a few things I want to straighten out with Captain Strong.
Huh. I wonder what he's up to now.
I don't know. But that 4-hour liberty didn't seem to help his disposition any.
Captain Strong?
Huh? Oh, Astro. What are you doing here? You'd better get topside. We raise ship in 5 minutes.
And I'm still a passenger.
I'm afraid so, Astro.
But I came through the last trip without any trouble. Why can't I join the crew now?
Sorry. Your test period isn't over yet.
How long is this test period? Forever?
Now, listen, Astro. I'm getting a little tired of your belligerent attitude. When I think you're ready for duty, I'll let you know. Now, will you please stop bothering me?
Very well, sir. Then I guess this is as good a time as any to let you know. As soon as we get back to Earth, I'm resigning from Space Academy.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Spaceman, if you want to talk about rocket ship power, then the man to talk to is somebody like Tom Corbett. He knows plenty about those rocket ship burners. Why, just the other day, he was...
And then to turn the ship, you set the steering vanes inside the rocket tubes and just give the steering rockets a little old blast. Just like that. You know, the cadets need energy, just like a rocket ship does. That's why we help ourselves to plenty of Kellogg's Pep at breakfast time. Then, when we have to turn out for action afterwards, we've got a supply of food energy to call on. Pep gives you the kind of food values a spaceman needs to build strong bones, strong muscle, and healthy teeth. So if you spacemen out there are thinking of joining up at the Academy someday, why, I'd sure suggest that you start eating plenty of Kellogg's Pep, starting tomorrow morning.
That's right, Tom. For build-up food values, and don't forget that swell flavor, too. The cereal you want is Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
Returning to the Polaris after 4 hours' liberty on the planet Mars, Astro has made an important decision. Now, as the powerful rocket ship is prepared for a blast-off, he reports to the control deck to inform Captain Strong.
That's what I said, sir. As soon as we return to Earth, I'm resigning from Space Academy.
Resigning? Now, wait, Astro. Why don't you think about this a little more?
Well, during the past couple of days, sir, I've thought of nothing else.
I see.
We're ready to blast off, sir. Cadet Harvey's standing by on the power deck.
I'll have the radar bridge warmed up and 2 shakes of the Spacebug's antenna, sir.
Oh, very well, cadets, but before you take your stations, I think I'd better tell you that your shipmate, Astro, intends to resign from the Academy.
Astro, you're kidding.
This is nothing to kid about, Tom.
Wow, now I've heard everything. Mr. Space Academy himself, the guy who waves a flag at me every time I open my mouth about the Academy. Now he's quitting.
That's enough, Manning. One more crack out of you and you'll make this trip in the brig. Now take your station.
Aye, aye, sir.
Astro, we won't discuss this anymore right now. You better go to your bunk and secure yourself for blastoff.
Look, sir.
Yes?
I don't want you to think that I'm a... Well, never mind, sir.
All right. Strap in, Tom.
He's just rattled, Captain Strong. He's been taking a beating ever since the day he blacked out. He didn't really mean what he said.
I think he did, Tom. Well, there's no time to discuss it now. Attention, crew. Prepare to raise ship. Power deck, check in. Full report.
Power deck, aye. Rocket head temperature's normal. Holding standard space speed.
Radar bridge, check in.
Radar bridge, aye. Have cleared Mars orbit, level 3. Just in time, sir. There's quite a storm down there.
Are we on orbit to Earth?
Dead on, sir.
Very well. You come down and relieve Corbett at the controls.
Me?
This is still a training flight, Manning. Get down here.
Aye, aye, sir.
Now, Tom. Sir? You take over on the radar bridge. You can use the astrogation experience.
Glad of the chance, sir.
I'll go below and see how Harvey handles himself. Tom, if Astro leaves his bunk, send him down to me, will you?
Are you going to talk to him, sir?
I'll try my best. See you later.
Okay, Junior, you're relieved. Let a real space pilot take over.
Okay, hotshot. I'm handling the radar bridge.
Radar bridge? How about going to see your pal, Astro? You can hold his hand.
Why don't you lay off him, Roger? Do you have to needle him every time you see him?
What's the matter? Can he take it?
He's taken enough, and too much from you.
All right, go on. Blast off.
You just keep your jets plugged.
Yeah. Everybody's getting so blasted sensitive around here.
Hey, Manny, where's Captain Strong?
Why, Mr. Astro, isn't your cabin comfortable? What are you doing here? Maybe you'd like the royal suite.
I asked you where Captain Strong is.
He went below. You must have just missed him.
Thanks.
What do you want him for, anyway? To cry on his shoulder?
I'll write you a letter.
Yeah? You know how to spell the word quitter?
Well, you crummy little
spaceworm. Careful, Astro. You're liable to black out again. But this time it won't be from space fever.
I'll give you space fever, you...
Astro, Manning, break it up, I said.
Sorry, sir. I started.
I don't care who started it. I won't tolerate fighting on my ship. Manning, I'm logging you for this. And as for you, Astro, if you don't take that chip off your shoulder, you'll be confined to quarters for the rest of the trip.
Yes, sir.
Now, pick up that intercom, Manning.
Yes, sir. Control deck, go ahead.
Roger, this is Tom. I've been taking readings of the sun with the infrared octant. And something funny is happening out there. I found a sunspot that must be at least 300,000 miles in diameter.
300,000 miles? You're space happy, Tom.
Maybe I am. I'm not the astrogator you are, but my figures aren't that far off. Not only that, but the spot seems to be growing bigger all the time.
You'd better get up there and check that, Manning.
Okay, sir, but Corbett must be seeing spots in front of his eyes.
I hope so, because if he's right, we're running into serious trouble.
Radar bridge control deck. Corbett's figures checked. Also, have just received communication from Space Academy that the sunspot is sending shockwaves through the solar system. We're in for a space storm.
Attention all hands. Now hear this. We're on our way back to Marsport. Break out your spacesuits and magnetic traction boots and have them near you at all times. I want you to be prepared for any emergency.
Our gyro stabilizer's out.
Hang on. I'll try to control the ship manually. Oh, there. Yeah, that's better. Anyone hurt?
Okay, here, sir.
No damage topside, sir.
Harvey, are you all right?
Just a couple of bumps. That's all, sir.
Now listen, everybody. Our automatic pilot is out. We'll have to operate this ship manually. If the sunspots don't give us any further trouble, we'll manage.
I'll cut her down to half space speed, sir. We may ride easier that way.
It's a good idea, Tom. I'm going below to check the power plant. And tell Astro to come down to the control deck. He'll be safer here.
Aye, sir. Astro, check in. Astro, come in.
What are you blasting your jets about, Tom?
Oh, Astro, I was just trying to get a hold of you. Captain Strong wants you to stay down here.
Okay, so I'm here. Listen, Roger called me a quitter. Do you think I'm a quitter?
Of course not. But why do you want to resign from the academy?
Can't you see what it'd be like if I were grounded? Me nailed to a desk, lorded over by guys like Manning? Tom, I'm a spaceman.
Aren't you a little ahead of yourself, Astro? No one said you had space fever.
Oh, I'm no fool. I can see which way the wind is blowing. Look at this setup. We're in trouble. If the power plant goes before we can get back to Mars, we'll be helpless. But Captain Strong won't even let me get near it. I'm a passenger, just so much dead weight.
Control deck, go ahead.
We're in landing orbit to Marsport, Junior. Get ready.
Okay, Roger. I'll get the skipper up. Control deck to power deck.
Power deck, aye. Captain Strong here.
We're approaching Marsport, sir. Ready to land.
Okay, I'll be right up. Oh, hey, wait a minute. The lights are flickering.
And here, too, sir.
Well, I better stay down here. This power plant may go any minute.
Give me that intercom, Tom. Captain Strong, this is Astro. I can help Harvey on the power deck if you want me to.
No, Astro, stay where you are.
Very well.
Corbett, can you handle the landing yourself?
I'm sure I can, sir.
Right, don't spare the neutrons. We want to get down in a hurry.
Hey, Roger, come in. Give me our heading to...
Hold it a minute, Tom. I was just going to call you. Take a look through the viewport toward Ursa Minor. Get a load of what's coming at us.
Great galaxy. It looks like a space cyclone.
Cyclone in space? You're off your orbit, Tom.
It must be, Astro. That sunspot probably tore some solar atmosphere away. We've got to land before that cyclone hits us and blows us clear out of the universe.
Attention, crew. I'm firing those rockets to start our descent, and I'm not braking the ship until we get to 10,000 feet. Corbett, it's up to you to hold us left.
Aye, aye, sir.
Stand by. We're going in.
Astro, sit here and give me altitude readings.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, right, Tom. Down to 150,000 feet. Look at that cyclone come on.
I don't see how it can miss us.
It isn't going to, fellas. Brace yourselves.
Wow, this is fierce. Are we dropping it all, Astro?
We're at 100,000 feet, but we're being blown way off course.
Roger, what's our position?
The only thing I can tell you is we're still over Mars, but who knows where?
75,000 feet. How in blazes can you hold the ship steady, Tom?
Believe me, Astro, it isn't easy. Take that, will you?
Right. Control that guy.
Hello, Corbett.
Well, this is Astro, sir.
Astro, what are you doing there?
Tom needed help.
Oh, well, all right. Tell him our power is going fast. Just pray it'll last until we land. If our power goes and we can't fire our braking rocket...
Got it, sir. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
20,000 feet.
Hang on, Astro. Captain Strong, prepare to blast braking rockets.
15,000 feet. 14. 13. 12. 11.
Blast braking rockets full.
Braking rockets full. Start praying, boys.
I don't know where we're landing, sir. We can't see a thing.
It's too late to worry about that. Just hope we land right side up and on some solid ground.
Down to 1,000 feet. We aren't slowing up enough.
Attention, all stations. Brace for crash landing. Brace for crash landing.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment, so stand by. Spaceman, do you have a complete collection of magic moving picture eyes? You know, you can get 16 different magic eyes altogether, each one jam-packed with exciting action. And say, if you get two of a kind, you can always trade them with your friends for the ones you don't have. Look for the magic eye that shows you Clyde Beatty, the famous animal trainer. And there's another magic eye with an action picture of a Douglas jet plane. Yes, get all 16 magic eyes. They make swell decorations for belts, hats, and jackets. And remember, you don't mail in for them. You don't even have to wait for them. You get a magic eye free at no extra cost in every package of Kellogg's Pep. That's just about the best bargain you ever had a chance at. A delicious whole wheat cereal with a tempting malty-rich flavor and a magic eye besides. Start your collection today. Get magic eye pictures of trains, planes, movie stars, and sports stars. You'll see them all on a magic eye. And just remember, you get another magic eye free at no extra cost in every package of Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
When a gigantic sunspot sends powerful shock waves throughout the solar system, the rocket cruiser Polaris is caught in a space cyclone. Returning to Mars with its power plant failing fast and visibility zero, the spaceship crash lands somewhere on the surface of the red planet.
Astro, you're right.
I think so, Tom. At least I seem to be able to move everything.
Well, we've landed anyway, and we're still alive. Better see how the others made out.
Hey, the intercom is out.
I'm not surprised. Roger, are you all right?
Sure, no thanks to you. I'll bet Harvey could have landed this crate better.
Well, it's easy to see you're all right.
Pop, Roger.
What are you so excited about, Harvey?
Captain Strong is hurt. He's pinned down by one of the reaction tanks, and I can't move it.
Well, come on, let's get down there. All right, fellas, together now. Lift that.
Captain Strong's unconscious. He needs medical care, and in a hurry.
Where are we, anyway? I'll go get a medic.
That's going to be real easy. We've landed smack in the middle of the Martian desert. Well, here's the bad news, fellas. It'll take hours to get our communication system working. Not only that, our hull is sprung. We've lost our reaction mass, and we're completely without power.
That's great. We're nothing but a dead piece of space junk in the middle of the Martian desert.
If we only knew where those Martian oxygen booster plants are located in this desert, we could get help.
Yeah, but where are you going to look?
I'll go out and try to find one.
Oh, thanks, Harvey. I'm afraid we'll all have to go and try it in different directions.
What about Captain Strong?
Astro will have to stay here with him.
Why me, Tom?
Well, that's the way Captain Strong would have wanted it. Besides, Astro, this is a big responsibility.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's get out of there, fellas. And keep your communicators open.
Don't worry, Astro, my boy. Even with space fever, you can always be a nurse.
Hello, Harvey. Check in. Any luck?
No, not a bit, Tom. There isn't a sign of anything but sand as far as I can see.
All right, keep looking. How about you, Roger? What have you to report?
What have I to report? I've swallowed about 2 tons of sand. I feel like a tropical beast.
Cut it, Rog. Any sign of help?
No, and if you ask me, this is the most space-happy thing we've done yet.
No one's asking you. Keep looking. Astro, come in. How's the skipper?
No change. He's in pretty bad shape.
Well, do what you can for him, Astro. We're going to move farther out into the desert.
Tom. Hey, Corbett, come in.
Yeah. What is it, Harvey?
This wind is too much for me. I can't see a thing.
I know, Harvey. I'm having the same trouble. How are you doing, Roger?
I'm on beat. This wind's blowing like 60, and it's hot as a furnace. Besides, I can't see. The sand's worse than the fog.
All right, I guess there's no use continuing now. We'll have to go back to the ship until this sandstorm blows over.
No sign of Roger, Tom. Astro and I have been watching for him at the airlock. Doesn't even answer us on the communicator.
Blast it. He's had more than enough time to get back to the Polaris.
I want me to go out and look for him?
No, you'll never find him in that sandstorm, Harvey. You'll only get lost yourself. Just stay with Astro at the entrance port and keep trying to contact him.
All right, Tom. Hey, how about Captain Strong? Will you stick with him?
Yes, he seems to be a little better now. Maybe he'll come out of it soon.
Oh, I hope so. Hey, what in blazes? Tom, Astro's disappeared.
What?
He isn't here. He must have gone out to look for Roger.
Why, the space-happy idiot. He'll never find Roger, and we'll be lucky if we ever find him.
It's no use. Isn't even a footprint. Sand has covered everything.
They must be out here somewhere, Harvey. They couldn't have gotten very far. I'm going to keep looking until I find them.
Stick with you, Tom.
Well, come on. Spread out a little more.
The sand is hot.
Yeah.
It's tough walking up and down these dunes.
Yeah, it sure is. When I think of...
Tom, be careful. You hurt yourself?
No, I just stepped in a soft spot. Hey, Harvey, come over here, quick. I found them. I found them! Captain Strong, it was sheer luck that I tripped over them. They were covered by at least a foot of sand.
You were no luckier than I was to find Roger, Tom.
I guess I was the luckiest. I don't even remember what happened. I was trying to get back to the Polaris, and it was like bucking a wall of wind and sand. The next thing I knew, this Venusian ape was bending over me, and I thought I was having a nightmare.
Well, all I can say, Astro, for a fellow who's supposed to have space fever, you showed tremendous presence of mind and quick action. If it weren't for those oxygen masks and that cover, neither of you would be here now.
I've got the radio working, Captain Strong. I've contacted the oxygen booster station here. They're sending over a first aid crew.
Thank you, Harvey. Well, we'll be getting back to Marsport soon, and then home to Space Academy.
Captain Strong, while I was under that blanket of sand with the wind howling over us and not knowing if I'd ever leave this Martian desert, I had plenty of time to think things over.
Yes, Astro?
Well, I've made up my mind that no matter what the doctors decide, I'll stay at the Academy.
Even if it means becoming an earthworm and flying a desk?
Yes, sir. Even that.
Well, after what you went through today, I'm pretty sure your examinations will prove that you never had space fever.
And, Astro.
Yeah, Roger?
I'm not good at saying these things, but... Oh, blast it, I'm sorry.
Oh, skip it, Raj.
Say, Astro, how did you find Roger, anyhow?
It was a cinch, Harvey. While I was wandering around on the desert, all of a sudden there was so much wind and hot air around me, I knew he had to be near.
Don't miss the next action-packed adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, on Tuesday, when a nearly fatal explosion sends the crew of the Polaris rocketing through the void in search of a missing ship in the strange mystery of the Asteroid of Danger. Tune in, same time, same station on Tuesday for the next thrilling interplanetary adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Brought to you by Kellogg's Pep, the Build-Up Wheat Cereal. Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, starring Frankie Thomas, can also be seen on television and appears in the comic sections of many of America's leading newspapers. Look for it daily and in weekend editions. Featured in the cast are Jan Merlin, Al Markham, Edward Bryce, and Jack Grimes. Today's program was written by Jack Weinstock and Willie Gilbert, directed by Drex Hines. Jackson Begg speaking.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret. Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
And what a secret! In Kellogg's Raisin Bran, the tasty raisins are dipped in honeycomb. That means plumper, more tender raisins, along with delicious golden crisp bran flakes. Both fruit and cereal, all in one box. And no other raisin brand but Kellogg's gives you the tender goodness of raisins dipped in honeycomb. That's Kellogg's secret. So for your breakfast, make sure you get Kellogg's, because...
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
This program came to you from New York. America is sold on ABC, the American Broadcasting.
Kellogg's Pep, the Build-Up Wheat Cereal, invite you to rocket into the future with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet.
Stand by to raise ship. Blast off. -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
As roaring rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars, we take you to the age of the conquest of space with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. In a small concrete structure carefully isolated from the other buildings on the campus of Space Academy, the Polaris unit attends its daily lecture, Astrophysics. Wearing protective coveralls and gloves, the three cadets stand attentively around a large laboratory table as young, attractive Dr. Joan Dale, one of the leading Academy physicists, indicates a sample specimen of ore in a small lead-lined case.
This ore, cadets, is extremely rare. It's only found in any appreciable quantity on 2 asteroids in the asteroid belt, 2046 and 2049. This sample came from our mining camp on 2049.
Is this ore good for anything, Dr. Dale?
Well, we're not sure yet, Cadet Corbett. It's still in its testing stage. So far, we found it has a small degree of radioactivity.
Hey, then maybe it could be used as a fuel for rocket ships.
Perhaps, but certainly not in its present state, Cadet Astro. It would take several tons of ore to reach a critical mass strong enough to produce power and usable energy. Now, any more questions? All right, then, we'll proceed with your test assignment. You understand what you're to do?
Yes, ma'am. Analyze this specimen, giving content and volume of every element included.
And measure the energy potential.
Right. Use reaction chamber 2. Number 1 hasn't been cleaned since the last experiment.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll have 15 minutes, cadets. Work fast, but be as thorough as you can. Oh, be sure to keep your gloves on when you handle the ore sample, and don't forget to use the Geiger counter. I'll be back in exactly 15 minutes.
Oh, brother, this is what I call a real dog detail. Playing around with a crummy hunk of rock.
We'll get a real dog rating if we don't finish this experiment in time, Roger.
Yeah, hotshot. Get that reaction chamber heated up.
Okay.
Astro, you take this piece of ore and start analyzing it. Roger and I'll handle the reaction chamber.
Check.
Okay, Tom. Chamber's ready.
Now, hand me a container.
Here. Okay, open the lock.
Shove it in. Closer. Oh, and don't forget the Geiger counter.
Sure. What do you think I am, a primary student?
If you study hard enough, you might make it, Roger.
That's enough out of you, rocket head. Okay, counter's on.
How you doing, Astro?
This won't take long, Tom. We ought to finish the experiment in plenty of time.
Yeah, if you don't mess it up.
Me? Why, you overblown bag of space.
Hey, wait a minute, fellas. The Geiger counter. Listen to it.
Hey, jumping Jupiter, it's going crazy.
I don't get it. Dr. Dale said it would take tons of the stuff to reach critical mass. That hunk we put in the reaction chamber is no bigger than my fist.
Hey, wait a minute. You put it in chamber 1.
Well, sure.
You big jerk. Dr. Dale said to use chamber 2. Number 1 wasn't cleaned out.
So the ore is combining with whatever was left in there.
Oh, quick, we've got to stop it.
Too late. Don't go near it, Tom. There's a baby A-bomb cooking up in there.
Let's get out of here.
Come on, Tom. She'll blow any second.
Hit that outer door. Quick, Astro.
Right.
Go on, fellas. Outside. Now hit the deck fast. He's got to blow.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment, so stand by.
Spaceman, one of the most interesting places here at Space Academy is the Spaceport Communication Center. Now, today we're going in there for a look around and see just how they operate. Here we are, Spaceman. You know, this communication center is in operation 24 hours a day, keeping a check on all space traffic and land-to-space communication. Now, come into this room. Okay? Well, now, here's the telerecorder. Dr. Dale recorded a message to be sent to all boys and girls in all planet colonies. I'll play it for you.
Here's an important reminder to all spacemen and space girls, too. Be sure you're getting enough vitamins. Eat the right foods that give you those vitamins. At breakfast, you can get the whole day supply of vitamin D and a valuable amount of vitamin B1 by eating Kellogg's Pep. And when you eat Pep, you're giving yourself the kind of food values that help you do things better. That goes for play, school, work, and sports. So remember, for a good supply of important vitamins and a really enjoyable way to start this day, help yourself to Kellogg's Pep. End transmission.
Well, Spaceman, you learned 2 important things today. You learned about communications, and you heard about the best breakfast cereal in the universe. So don't forget now, ask Mom for Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
Conducting a routine experiment in the physics laboratory, Roger makes a careless mistake and an explosion results. A blast that wrecks the interior of the lab. But the cadets manage to escape unhurt. Now, an hour later, we find them being interrogated by Dr. Dale in her office.
Well, Cadet, you certainly succeeded in making a complicated mess out of a simple experiment.
Oh, we're awfully sorry, ma'am.
Knock it off, Tom. This is my party.
Huh?
It's my fault, Dr. Dale. I put the ore sample in the wrong reaction chamber.
Oh, you did it. I might have known. Well, Cadet Manning, I don't know whether to log you for it or recommend you for a medal.
Huh?
Your mistake has opened the way for entirely new experiments in freeing the energy potential of the ore. It was a combination of that sample with the residue of a previous experiment that produced the reaction.
Then you think the ore can be used as a fuel?
If we can find the right combination of materials to go with it. Cadet Manning, you're detached from duty with the Polaris unit.
But, Dr.
I'm going to Asteroid 2049 to conduct further experiments with this ore, and I'll need an astrogator and an assistant. You can consider this assignment your reward for your mistake or your punishment.
Oh, brother, this is a reward.
Well, I hope you'll think so after we're finished. Be ready to blast off in Rocket Scout 9J in 1 hour.
By the rings of Saturn. I never thought I'd say this, Tom, but I'm beginning to miss Roger.
Well, strangely enough, I feel the same way, Astro.
Funny. And I thought a few days without him would be a real vacation. I wonder when he'll be back.
I wonder if we'll be here when he gets back. Captain Strong sounded kind of excited when he called us.
You think he's got a special assignment for us?
We'll find out in a minute. Here's his office. Cadets Corbett and Astro reporting, sir.
Stand easy, cadets. Be with you in a second. All right, Courtney. Now, give me the rest of those figures on the course of the 9J. Uh-huh.
9J? Tom, wasn't that the rocket scout Dr. Dale used to go to Asteroid 2049? Yes. I wonder what's up. Great galaxy. I hope nothing's wrong.
All right. Got it, Courtney. But if there's any further word from Mason on the asteroid, let me know.
Captain Strong, is there anything wrong? I mean, well, we couldn't help overhearing you mention the 9J. And we know Roger and Dr. Dale used that ship.
I'm sorry to have to break it to you like this, boys, but the 9J is missing.
Missing? But how could...
We don't know yet. We've tracked the scout as far as the asteroid belt, right to number 2049, as a matter of fact. But Greg Mason, the chief engineer of the mining station there, says they never arrived.
Did any of our space stations pick up a distress call?
No, nothing but routine position reports. Apparently everything was going smoothly until the scout entered the asteroid belt.
Then what happened to them?
That's what we're going to find out. Prepare the Polaris for immediate blastoff. We're going to search for the 9J, and we're starting at asteroid 2049. All right, Astro. Stand by for landing.
We get a good view of the asteroid from up here, Captain Strong.
And we'll set the ship down close to the mining camp, Tom.
I've got the spot all picked out, sir.
The control deck to power deck. Braking rockets, 1/4.
Aye, sir. Braking rockets, 1/4.
The gravitational pull of this asteroid is only 0.006. Now, we can touch down without any further braking.
Altitude 1,000 feet, sir.
Stand by for touchdown.
Aye, sir.
Power deck. Cut rockets.
Here we go, sir. Touchdown!
We're in. All right, boys. Secure ship. First, we'll have a talk with Mason, and then start tracking the 9J.
Captain Strong, do you mean to tell me the 9J is still unreported?
We haven't heard a word from them, Mason. We checked Dr. Dale's course, and it appears she came straight here.
I don't understand it. We've seen no sign of her or the ship.
Are you sure your radar is in good working order?
Of course. We picked up your ship an hour ago. I'm positive the rocket scout couldn't have come within 1,000 miles of us. Have you tried to raise them on your teleceiver?
Oh, at least 100 times.
Well, I'm afraid it's only too obvious what's happened, Captain Strong.
You mean you think the scout was hit by a meteorite?
Well, this part of space is full of them. One slight defect in the ship's radar gear or a miscalculation by the astrogator and, well, there wouldn't be much left.
Maybe you're right, Mason. But we won't assume anything until we're sure.
But what can you do, Strong?
Search this entire area.
But that would be like looking for a speck of meteor dust in the Milky Way. It would take weeks, months.
I don't care how long it takes. We're going to keep at it until we find some sign of that ship. Anything on the radar screen yet, Tom?
I'm afraid not, Captain Strong. Not since we made contact with that swarm of meteorites.
Oh, it's beginning to look hopeless, Tom. We've covered an immense area. If the rocket scout hit anything while they were on course, we'd have found at least a trace of wreckage by this time.
Wait, sir. I'm picking up something on the radar again.
Probably some more meteorites.
No! We're getting a fix on a sizable mass. This could be it, sir.
Well, how big is the mass?
We're checking now, sir. About the size of our rocket scout. We found her. And look at my screen. The signal is getting in clearer now.
I'll plot an orbit to intercept her. We should be able to overhaul her within an hour.
I'll try to raise them on the audio, sir.
Right. Hello, radar bridge to power deck. Check in.
Power deck on it.
We're changing course, Astro. I want you to stand by for maximum velocity.
Right, sir. I'll give you all the speed you want. Have you found something?
I hope so. At least it checks for mass with the scouts. So get to work now. Hit those rockets.
Radar bridge to control deck. We're closing in on the scout, Captain Strong, almost within visual range.
Good. Cut off the radar and turn on the forward scanner. Take a speed on here.
Aye, aye, sir. There she is, sir. It's the 9J, all right.
No sign of damage to the ship.
No, sir. She seems to be holding course under full control.
Try audio contact now.
Aye, sir. Polaris calling Rocket Scout 9J. Polaris calling Rocket Scout 9J. Acknowledge. Can you read us? Acknowledge, 9J. This is the Polaris. Blasted. Hello, Captain Strong. Still no answer.
All right. Secure the radar bridge and report to the main airlock in full space gear. I want you and Astro to board that ship
Okay, Tom. We're aboard the Rocket Scout. What now? Well, first let's take these helmets off. Air pressure and oxygen level in here is okay. I just checked. Right. That's better.
Tom, this ship is quiet as a grave. What could be wrong?
Hello, Tom. Check in.
Hold it, Astro. Skipper's calling us on our communicators. Go ahead, Captain Strong.
How are you doing?
Well, just got aboard, sir.
Any sign of Dr. Dale or Roger?
Not yet, sir. Astro and I are just starting to look around.
Right. Check the radar bridge first and keep your communicators open. Maintain contact with me.
Right, sir. Okay, Astro, let's go.
Jumping Jupiter. There's something about this ship that makes my flesh crawl.
Stow it, Astro. Get up that ladder.
There's nobody up here on the radar bridge, Tom.
Okay, come on down. We'll check the controls.
Everything's in order. Set on automatic course.
Hey, this is strange.
Find something, Tom?
No, nothing. That's just it. The logbook is supposed to be in this desk drawer, and it isn't here.
Maybe they abandoned ship and took the log with them.
Well, come on. Let's have a look in the spacesuit locker.
Oh, there it is, over there.
Well, go on. Open it up.
Hey, look, Tom.
Why, their spacesuits are still in the locker. This is Dr. Dale's, and here's Roger.
And here's the emergency suit.
Boys, did I hear you right? They couldn't abandon ship without their spacesuits.
I know it, Captain Strong. That's just what we're trying to figure out.
Well, go on with the search. Take your time. Do a thorough job. Joan and Roger must still be aboard.
We'll try below, sir. We may find something on the power deck.
Go ahead down, Tom.
Oh, there's certainly no sign of a fight anywhere. Everything is in shipshape order.
Yeah, that's what makes it so creepy.
Hey, there's the weapons locker, Astro. Let's check that.
Good idea.
Well, I give up. There's not a thing missing.
Well, that means the ship couldn't have been attacked.
If it was, Roger certainly would have reached the weapons, at least.
Well, I'll take a look at the power unit, Tom.
All right.
Hello, Tom. Can't you find anything at all to indicate what happened?
Well, no, Captain Strong. The ship's in perfect running order, holding a preset orbit. Everything's routine, except for the fact that Roger and Dr. Dale are missing. Just a minute, sir. I think Astro's found something.
Oh, the reactor pile. Somebody's removed the damping rods.
What?
It's too late to replace them. The rocket head temperatures are way over the danger mark. This ship is going to explode.
Are you sure, Astro?
Suffering Martian mice. Of course I'm sure. We've got to get off this death heap fast.
Well, come on, then.
Step on it, boys. Use the emergency airlock.
That's where we're headed, sir.
Here we are.
Okay, Astro, now put your helmet on and get that outer door open quick. I'll equalize pressure.
Never mind the pressure. There's only a 14-pound difference. We can stand that. Help me pull the door open.
I'll try it. Come on now. Put your helmet on.
Okay.
Hey, this isn't going to be easy. Shouldn't be that hard. Let me get at it. Well, come on. Hey, there's something wrong here. I'll say the door's jammed. It can't be. Pull! No, deuce, it won't budge. We're trapped in here, Astro.
Tom, Astro, try the emergency release.
I'm trying it, sir, but it's no good.
Captain Strong, cast off with the Polaris, sir. Hurry.
No, I'll try to reach you from the outside.
No use, sir. It's the inside lock that's jammed. Please, sir, get the Polaris out of here. This ship is doomed. In a minute, we'll be blown to space dust.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment, so stand by.
Say, Spaceman, have you got your share of Magic Eyes yet? Well, if you haven't, you'd better get going. Your Magic Eye is waiting for you right this minute down at the grocery store, inside every package of Kellogg's Pep. Now, on those Magic Eyes, you can see Bill Holden and Bob Hope of Paramount Pictures, sports stars like Bobby Raitt, and circus greats like Clyde Beatty, the Lion Tamer. And listen, every Magic Eye picture shows you plenty of action. 16 different action subjects. Collect them all. You know, it's easy to get Magic Eyes. Nothing to mail in and no waiting, because you get a Magic Eye free at no extra cost in every package of Kellogg's Pep. Now, think of it. Just get a package of Kellogg's Pep and you get a Magic Eye at the same time. Be the first in your neighborhood to collect all 16 Magic Eyes. If you get 2 of a kind, trade for one you haven't got. But just remember, you keep adding to your collection every time you get Kellogg's Pep. You get loads of swell eating, too, because those golden whole wheat flakes
make the best tasting cereal you ever had. Just remember now, ask Mom to buy Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
When the crew of the Polaris locates the rocket scout 9J, in which Dr. Dale and Roger Manning have been missing in space, they find it completely deserted. During their search, Tom and Astro discover the damping rods missing from the atomic reactor motors and realize the ship will explode any minute. In a desperate race against death, they try to reach the safety of the Polaris, but they are trapped in the airlock of the rocket scout by a jammed door. On the Polaris, Captain Strong hears Tom's report.
Hello, Captain Strong. You've got to get the Polaris away. There's nothing you can do to help us. We'll keep trying to find a way out of here ourselves. Tom's right, Captain Strong. You can't risk the Polaris.
All right, men. Listen. I'll move the ship off about 1,000 yards. That should be far enough to escape the blast. When you can get out, push yourselves off into space, and I'll pick you up. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, but so far we're not having any luck forcing this door.
What about the emergency toolkit?
Why, that would be in one of the desk lockers, I suppose. But we never have time to get back.
Tom, listen. That model ship has a small tool compartment in the inside bulkhead of the airlock, and there's sure to be a cutting torch in the kit.
Did you hear that, Astro? Yes, I'll look for it.
If the torch is there, you should be able to cut around that catch lock in a matter of seconds.
Skipper was right, Tom. Here's the torch. Fire it up. Quick, here we go. Stand away from that lock, Tom.
Work fast, Astro.
He's doing fine, Captain. Hey, Tom, the catch is beginning to give. A little more to the left now. Oh, that did it. Pull the door open now. Hey, Captain Strong, did you hear that? We're shoving off into space. Stand by to pick us up.
Get moving. I'm ready.
All right, Astro. The door's open. Now shove off into space as hard as you can push. Here goes! Hammer at your heels!
Take it easy, Tom.
Captain Strong, what happened? Explosion.
You're all right, Tom. So is Astro. You cleared the ship just as she exploded. The blast hurled you both out into space like a couple of rockets. I had to use radar to find you.
Well, the force of the blast must have knocked us out. Gosh, I'm still a little dizzy.
You'll be all right now, Tom. How are you making out, Astro?
Fine, sir. I must have been a little farther from the ship when she blew.
Thank the universe you were both far enough.
But, sir, we're no closer to a solution to this mystery than we were before.
You're sure there wasn't a single clue on that ship to indicate what could have happened to Joan and Roger?
No, sir. Nothing at all. You should have seen it. Captain Strong, it was weird.
Enough to give you the creeps, sir. A completely deserted ship and yet no signs of a fight or anything.
Well, they couldn't have gotten off alive without their spacesuits.
Hey, did you leave the radio open, sir? That sounds like some kind of static or interference.
That's funny. There shouldn't be any static in this area.
Well, I'll check it, sir. Hello? Hello, this is the Polaris. Hello. Come in, please.
Polaris?
Listen, that sounds like Joan. Dr. Dale, is that you? This is Tom Corbett on the Polaris.
Tom, can you read me?
Well, just barely. Can't you step up power?
No, listen carefully.
Joan, this is Steve. Are you all right?
Steve, so far, but listen.
Go ahead, Dr. Dale.
Roger and I are on Asteroid 2049. Can you hear that?
Yes, on 2049. Go ahead.
We're in danger, great danger. Get here as quickly as you can.
Hey, she stopped transmitting. Yeah, but did you hear what she said, sir?
I heard it. Man your stations, cadets. Set course full space speed for Asteroid 2049.
Don't miss the next action-packed adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, on Thursday, when the crew of the Polaris attempts a dangerous rescue in space in Part 2 of The Asteroid of Danger. Tune in, same time, same station on Thursday for the next thrilling interplanetary adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Brought to you by Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal. Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, starring Frankie Thomas, can also be seen on television and appears in the comic sections of many of America's leading newspapers. Look for it daily and in weekend editions. Featured in the cast were Al Markham, Jan Merlin, Edward Bryce, and Margaret Garland. Today's program was written by Gilbert Braun and directed by Drex Himes. Jackson Beck speaking.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran
Raisin Bran has a secret. And what a secret! In Kellogg's Raisin Bran, the tasty raisins are dipped in honeycomb. That means plumper, more tender raisins, along with delicious golden crisp bran flakes. Both fruit and cereal all in one box. And no other raisin brand but Kellogg's gives you the tender goodness of raisins dipped in honeycomb. That's Kellogg's secret. So for your breakfast, make sure you get Kellogg's, because Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
This is ABC, the American Broadcasting.
Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal, invite you to rocket into the future with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
As roaring rockets blast off to distant planets and far-flung stars, we take you to the age of the conquest of space with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet. Rocketing through the inky blackness of space far out in the asteroid belt, the Polaris suddenly picks up a radio call from Dr. Joan Dale, revealing that she and Cadet Roger Manning are on asteroid 2049. Then, just as suddenly, her voice is drowned out by static. Now, on the control deck, Tom Corbett and Captain Strong work frantically to reestablish contact.
Rocket Cruiser Polaris to Dr. Joan Dale. This is Tom Corbett on the Polaris. Can you read me, Dr. Dale? Come in. Come in.
Hello, Polaris. This is Dr. Dale.
We've got her again, Captain Strong.
Good, I'll take over. Hello, Joan. This is Steve. Your rocket scout just exploded out here in space. How in the universe did you and Manning manage to abandon that ship and get to the asteroid?
We didn't abandon the ship, Steve. When Roger and I landed here, Mason and his men took us prisoner.
Joan, I don't understand. Why should Mason take you prisoners?
Well, he's learned that the ore he was sent here to mine is extremely valuable, so he's been strip mining, selling the ore privately to line his own pockets.
I see.
He and his men were loading a privately owned freighter when we arrived. We caught them red-handed.
Where are you transmitting from, Joan? How did you get to a set?
We're locked up in a tool shed where their spare equipment is stored. Roger and I finally succeeded in rigging up this radio. Steve, you're our only hope. You've got to help us.
We're on our way, Joan.
And, Steve, another thing.
Yes?
In case anything goes wrong, I don't...
Hello, Joan? Joan, come in. What happened to the receiver, Tom?
Well, nothing, far as I can see, Captain
Well,
Strong.
check the circuit.
Well, the circuit's all right, sir. She just isn't sending.
Well, try to raise her again.
Aye, sir. Polaris calling Dr. Joan Dale on asteroid 2049. Polaris calling Joan Dale on asteroid 2049. Come in, Dr. Dale. We aren't reading you.
Polaris to Dr. Dale. Come in. Come in.
Hello, Polaris. Can you hear me?
Yes, this is the Polaris. Come in.
Is that you, Captain Strong?
Strong here, yes.
Listen, Strong, this is Greg Mason on asteroid 2049.
What have you done with Dr. Dale and Cadet Manning?
Stop using your tubes, Strong. They're still healthy. I just had to close the lady's mouth. She talks too much.
What do you hope to gain by this, Mason?
A fortune, Captain, and the freedom to enjoy it. Now get this and get it straight. We're going to monitor your space transmitter from now on. Stay away from here, and don't try to send a report to any ship. Is that clear?
And if we do?
Then it will be curtains for these two friends of yours. You'll never see them again, alive.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment. So stand by.
Say, Spaceman, did you ever go to a briefing session? Well, that's what the cadets at Space Academy do before each space flight. All the cadets on that flight meet in the ready room. Then the commander of the flight gives them their instructions about the mission. Well, one day, Captain Strong was telling the cadets about it.
All right, now, settle down, everybody. Now, that's better. Now, you all know your jobs. We'll start blasting off at 0800 hours. Blast off at 3-minute intervals in the order assigned and head for the rendezvous point. And one thing more. Don't stay in the sack and miss breakfast. You'll need your wits about you, and you'll need lots of energy. So get down to that mess hall early and put away a good breakfast. I suggest you belt away lots of Kellogg's Pep, for one thing. Pep gives you plenty of vitamins, plenty of good food values, plenty of energy food to call on. Vitamins B1 and D help keep you on your toes. So make sure you're getting your share. Some of you ought to have second helpings of Pep on that score alone. Besides, Pep tastes so downright good you'll ask for a second bowl anyway. Just make sure you leave some for me. That's all. Cadets, take Pep! Dismissed.
Well, I think Captain Strong had better get to that mess hall early himself. You know, Pep really makes a hit at the breakfast table. You spacemen out there, try Kellogg's Pep yourself. See how absolutely swell a cereal can be. You'll be just like cadets here at Space Academy if you sit down to the Spaceman cereal, Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
While transmitting a message to the Polaris for help, Dr. Joan Dale and Cadet Roger Manning are surprised by Greg Mason, the mining engineer who was holding them prisoner on Asteroid 2049. Mason then warns Captain Strong that if he attempts to land on the asteroid or contact the Solar Guard, Joan and Manning will be killed. Now, several hours have passed, and Captain Strong and the space cadets are near Asteroid 2049, hoping to find a way to rescue their friends.
We're within radar range of Asteroid 2049, Captain Strong. What's our next move?
I don't know, Tom. I half expected Mason to warn us off again.
Well, there hasn't been a word from him since he warned us to keep away. And we'll be in visual contact in another minute or so. Shall we alter course?
No. Let's hold her steady. I'd like to bait Mason into establishing radio contact again.
Well, sir, we're coming into visual range of the asteroid now.
Get a fix on it with the forward scanner, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Control deck to power deck. Check in.
Power deck aye. And Astro here.
Astro, fire braking rockets 1 and 2.
Are we going to land, sir?
I don't know yet. Just stand by.
Aye, sir.
Captain Strong.
Oh, what's the trouble, Tom?
Look here in the forward scanner. There's no sign of the space freighter anywhere. The asteroid is deserted.
I've been through the whole camp, Captain Strong. It's empty. Even the supplies are gone.
How about you, Astro?
Well, I didn't find anybody, if that's what you mean, sir, but I did notice something else.
What's that?
The ore veins in the mine are all played out, sir. There's nothing down there to mine.
No? Well, it's beginning to make sense now.
How do you mean, sir?
Well, Mason and his men must have been just about ready to close up operations here when Joan and Roger arrived and found out what they were up to.
So now they've cleared out and have the whole universe to hide in.
Which means we'll never find them now.
Not unless Joan and Roger left some kind of clue for us.
Well, but they didn't, Captain. We've searched every square inch of this asteroid.
Say, wait a minute, Astro. Remember when Dr. Dale first gave us that lab lecture on this ore?
Sure. What about it?
Remember she said it was very scarce, only 2 known sources?
Yeah, that's right. Asteroid 2049 and a twin. I forget which one it was now.
Number 2046.
What are you getting at, Tom?
Well, it's just a wild hunch, sir, but suppose Dr. Dale told Mason about the twin.
Why should she?
To keep Mason from killing her and Roger. He'd have no reason to keep prisoners with this mine played out.
Sure, and if she told him there was another deposit of that ore, Mason wouldn't lose any time blasting off to find it.
And he'd save valuable time by taking Joan along to help him.
And he's still safe with Dr. Dale and Roger as hostages.
Yeah, but all this leaves us just where we were before. If we try to land on the asteroid, he'd just carry out his threat to kill them.
Well, let's jump our hurdles one at a time. The first thing we have to do is to find Mason. Get back aboard the Polaris, boys, and prepare to blast off.
Well, Dr. Dale, you can thank your friends for keeping their word. So far, they haven't reported what's happened to you and Manning.
How long do you think you can get away with this, Mason? You're bound to be caught sooner or later.
That's right, Mason. You haven't a chance. If you were smart, you'd give yourself up to the Solar Guard. Maybe they'd be easy on you.
You're space happy, Manning. I've got everything under control. As soon as my men strip this asteroid of its ore, we're blasting off in this freighter for outer space.
What about us?
You needn't worry, Manning. You and Dr. Dale won't have to make the trip.
You're darn right we won't.
Tommy, come in here. Quick, I've just been waiting for a chance like this, Mason.
Roger, look out! Behind you!
Grab him, Tommy. Let go of my arms, you slimy space nut. That's it, Tommy. Pin him down. Dirty space crawlers, I'll take on both of you.
Not now, you won't, Manning.
Let go of me.
And since you won't behave, we'll teach you how. Take them below, Tully, and put them in irons.
There it is, Captain Strong. I've got asteroid 2046 on the radar.
All right, Tom. Hold this course. It will keep us outside their radar scanners.
But what are we going to do now, sir? How are we going to help Dr. Dale and Roger if we can't get any closer to the asteroid than this?
We've got to figure out a way to evade Mason's radar first, Astro.
That's going to be tough, sir. Even if we circle the asteroid and come up on the other side of his mining camp, his sonar equipment will pick up our rocket blast.
Hey, wait a minute. I've got an idea. Suppose we let them pick us up on their radar.
Are you crazy, Astro?
Maybe, but the way I figure it, Tom, if we alert them that way, they'll keep the radar on the Polaris to watch every move we make, right?
We can be sure of that, Astro.
Fine. Then the Polaris will act as a decoy. And while you keep the ship on a course just inside Mason's radar screen, sir, Tom and I could take the jet boat, land on the other side of the asteroid, and take them by surprise.
Sounds pretty risky, Astro. Even if you were able to find Joan and Roger, you could never get off the asteroid with them in a jet boat. Mason could shoot you down before you got back to the Polaris.
I think I've got the answer to that, sir. Give Astro and me a certain time limit to find Dr. Dale and Roger and get them away from the freighter. Then you close in and fire a space torpedo at Mason's ship.
Suppose you didn't find Joan and Roger in the allotted time.
We could signal you after we found it.
An infrared signal flare would do it, sir.
When you see the signal, wait exactly 10 minutes, and then fire the torpedo.
Hey, wait a minute. There's one thing I forgot.
What's that, Astro?
Even though they've got the radar on the Polaris, their sonar will pick up the sound of the jets in the boat.
There's a way out of that, I think, Astro. Judging by the size of asteroid 2046, the gravitational pull ought to be pretty slight.
We can find out easily enough. Wait a minute. I'll check the master chart.
It shouldn't be much different from the other one. They're about the same size.
You're right, Astro. It's .005. Why, we could land the jet boat without using any braking power at all.
We'd just float down to the surface. Our fall would be as easy as a parachute landing back on Earth.
Well, seems to add up to a workable plan.
It's the only chance we've got, sir.
All right. Jump into your space gear, boys, and grab a couple of parallel rays. You shove off in 5 minutes.
Hold on, Astro. We're going to touch down, and we just might hit a little harder than we figured.
We'll know in a second, Tom. Here goes.
Not bad. Hardly jarred us. Okay, put your space helmet on, and let's get moving.
Right.
All set. Open the hatch. Come on. We've got a small-sized hike ahead of us. It won't take us long. With this gravity, you can jump 10 or 15 feet at a time. I imagine they'll be using their space freighter for headquarters. I doubt if they take the time to put up a regular camp. Okay, then, let's head for her. You can see her nose just over the horizon. So far, so good, Astro. We haven't been spotted yet. And there's the ship. The crew is unloading something from the aft hatch. Mining equipment. Our hunch was right. They're going to take as much of this ore with them as they can. Where do you think we'll find Dr. Dale and Roger? On the ship somewhere. Doesn't that type of freighter have a hatch on the other side of the hull? Most of them do. It's an escape hatch in case of a runaway reactor pile. It should lead right to the power deck. Good. We'll give it a try. Come on.
Careful, Astro. We may run into somebody in this companionway.
I'll be ready for him. Hey, wait. Let's check this compartment.
Okay. Open the bulkhead door, but take it easy.
There you are. Kind of dark.
I'll go in first. You cover me from here until I find out what's in there.
Go ahead.
Why don't you space crawlers leave us alone?
Roger.
Huh? Who's there?
What's the matter? Don't you recognize me?
Tom, by all the moons of Jupiter. Jupiter.
How did you get here?
No time to explain now, Dr. Dale. We've got to blast out of here.
We can't, Junior. They've got us in irons.
Oh? Well, we can carve you out of those. Hey, Astro.
Hey, Tom. Any luck?
Yeah, I found them. Get outside and fire that flare.
Okay. I'll wait for you at the airlock. And tell Manning if he doesn't behave, we'll leave him behind.
Go on, you Venusian ape. I think I'll stay here.
Boys, this is no time for kidding. Corbett, can you get us out of these irons?
There's an electronic switch controlling them, Tom, but I don't know where it is.
Well, we won't bother with the switch. I'll just short-circuit the connection. And listen, as soon as you're free, find a couple of spacesuits. After Astro fires that flare, we only have 10 minutes to get clear of this ship. Here's the airlock. Put your space helmets on.
Let me help you, Dr. Dale.
Thank you, Manning. I can manage.
Ready?
Yes, Corbett.
Lead the way, Junior. Hey, where's Astro? I thought he was going to meet us here.
Probably outside. Equalize pressure, will you, Roger?
Right.
Tom, why did you send Astro outside to fire a flare?
To let Captain Strong know we found you, ma'am. And have him fire a space torpedo at this ship.
A space torpedo?
Don't fuse your tubes, Roger. It's a timed operation. 10 minutes after he gets the signal, he'll fire. That'll give us time to clear the freighter.
Well, it's been at least 5 minutes since Astro left. We've got to make tracks.
4 minutes and 30 seconds exactly, Roger. Don't worry. I'm keeping track of the time. We ought to make it easy. Okay. Pressure's equalized.
I'll open the outer portal.
Right.
Come on, Dr. Dale.
You see Astro?
Yeah, there he is. Hey, Astro.
Astro, is everything okay?
What's the matter with him? Why doesn't he answer us?
Hey, he looks kind of funny to me. He isn't even moving.
Quick, jumping Jupiter. He's been frozen by a parallel ray.
You're absolutely right, Sonny.
Huh?
Mason, drop that parallel ray, kid, or you'll be frosted.
Why, you...
No, Tom, don't.
Okay. Here you are, Mason.
Well, you're showing some sense, finally. More than that big hulk over there did.
Okay, so you got it. Now let him go.
All right. There.
Astro, you all right?
Oh, sure. But it sure felt awful to just stand here and see you walk into a trap.
How did it happen, Astro?
Mason and his crew just surprised me, that's all. Jumped me right after I fired the flare.
You weren't very smart, boys. You should have figured I'd send out patrols and that I'd find your jet boat.
But, Astro, you did fire the flare.
Yeah, exactly 5 minutes ago.
Well, looks like you've got a tiger by the tail, Mason.
What are you talking about?
In 5 minutes, this ship is going to be blown into space junk. You'd better let us go.
Ha! Still playing games, eh? Get back inside right now. If this ship is blasted, you'll be blasted with it.
We'll return to the exciting adventures of Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, in just a moment, so stand by.
Spaceman, everybody's having fun with the Magic Eye, the swell prize you get in every package of Kellogg's Pep. Everywhere you go, you see spacemen trading Magic Eyes, playing games with them, using them for decorations on hats, belts, and jackets. It's really fun. So, if you haven't started your Magic Eye collection yet, there's not a minute to lose. You know, Magic Eyes are those swell plastic discs with the moving pictures on them. When you tilt them up and down, the picture actually changes back and forth. Trains go smoking down the track. Planes go streaking through the clouds. And your favorite stars of movies, sports, and radio entertain you. Paramount star Bob Hope swings a baseball bat. Clyde Beatty cracks a whip. Paramount star Bill Holden works the submarine periscope. Every Magic Eye is packed with action, and you can get as many as 16 different Magic Eye pictures. There's no waiting, no box tops, no mailing. Just get a package of Kellogg's Pep at your grocery store and open it up. You'll find a Magic Eye right inside, free at no extra cost. And remember, at the same time you get a Magic Eye, you'll be getting a swell-tasting cereal, too, which makes it a double bargain. So don't delay. For a Magic Eye and a swell cereal, ask Mom to get Kellogg's Pep. P-E-P. Pep.
daring attempt to rescue Dr. Joan Dale and Roger Manning a failure, Tom and Astro find themselves in deadly danger as Mason orders them back into the space freighter, refusing to believe that Captain Strong has fired a space torpedo at the ship. Now, as he stands in the open airlock, Tom pleads with Mason.
You've got to believe me, Mason. In less than 3 minutes, this ship will be blasted off the asteroid.
You're wasting your breath, kid. I don't fall for schoolboy tricks. Now go on. Get into that airlock, all of you.
Only 2.5 minutes now.
Shut up, you.
Do you know what will happen when that space torpedo hits, Mason? It not only will blast the freighter apart, it'll kill everyone in a 100 yards radius.
Which means you and your crew will get it too, Mason.
One more word out of you.
Why do you suppose Astro fired that flare? That's when you caught him, Mason.
I didn't see any flare.
It was an infrared flare. You couldn't see it without special goggles.
1 minute and 45 seconds, Mason. Remember, you'll get it too. Look at your crew. They believe it. Look at them. They're backing off.
Hey, come back here. Come back, you lily-livered space
They're smarter than you are, Mason. They want to live.
1 minute and 30 seconds. It'll take us time to get away from the ship.
Ah, you're not going to trick me.
You've only got one way of finding out if this is a trick. Stay here. You'll either win or be spaced out. 1 minute and 15 seconds. And that torpedo has your name on it, too, Mason. You'll never get away now. There isn't time.
Hey, you're all alone with us now, pal. Look at the way your crew is running.
Yeah, now they'll make all the money out of this asteroid, not you.
You rotten space crawlers, come back here. Come back!
Roger, Tom, now!
You
Let go!
We're just taking this gun away now. Get it, Tom.
Yep.
I have it.
No, don't shoot. Don't leave me here.
We won't. Start running. This is your only chance. Less than 20 seconds before the torpedo hits.
Come on, boys, run! Run!
Head east, Mason. That's where the jet boat is.
Who cares? Let's just get where the torpedo is and blast your tubes, all of you. It'll hit any second.
Rocket Cruiser Polaris calling Space Academy Earth. We have found Dr. Dale and Cadet Manning. All hands are safe, and we are returning to base at once. Over and out.
Corbett, that message sounded like sweet music to me.
Joan, why don't you go below and try to get some rest?
Oh, I'm fine here, Steve. Just fine.
But I still don't see how you managed to get back to the jet boat.
It was easy, Skipper. First of all, with the low gravity, we covered 20 feet in one jump. And then when that torpedo hit the freighter, Mason and his men were so busy trying to get away, they didn't pay any attention to us.
What are you going to do about Mason and the crew, sir? They're stranded on the asteroid now.
Oh, not for long. As soon as I saw your jet boat blast off, I contacted Solar Guard headquarters on Mars. They're sending a ship out to pick them up.
Yeah, and then Mason can spend plenty of time looking for ore, cracking rocks on the prison asteroid.
Don't miss the next action-packed adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, on Tuesday, when the crew of the Polaris blasts off on a vacation, only to encounter mystery and danger as they battle the giants of Mercury. Tune in, same time, same station on Tuesday for the next thrilling interplanetary adventure with Tom Corbett, Space Cadet.
Brought to you by Kellogg's Pep, the build-up wheat cereal.
Tom Corbett, Space Cadet, starring Frankie Thomas, can also be seen on television and appears in the comic sections of many of America's leading newspapers. Look for it daily and in weekend editions. Featured in today's cast were Jan Merlin, Al Markham, Edward Bryce, and Margaret Garland. Today's program was written by Gilbert Braun, directed by Drex Hines. Jackson Begg speaking.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret. Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret. And what a secret! In Kellogg's Raisin Bran, the tasty raisins are dipped in honeycomb. That means plumper, more tender raisins, along with delicious golden crisp bran flakes. Both fruit and cereal, all in one box. And no other raisin brand but Kellogg's gives you the tender goodness of raisins dipped in honeycomb. That's Kellogg's secret. So for your breakfast, make sure you get Kellogg's, because Kellogg's Raisin Bran has a secret.
This program has come to you from New York. America is sold on ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.